is Sports Sound International Football. Listen live on digital, online or on BBC Sounds.
It's been a tough campaign for Michael O'Neill and his players so far. 3 1-0 defeats in a row, including a late winner for Kazakhstan last time out.
Ambatov's in to win it, Ambatov to win it, and he's done it. The substitute's done it. He's run through the heart of the defence, and with 2 minutes left, Kazakhstan have stolen it at Windsor Park.
Goals have been at a premium, just 2 so far, both against San Marino. The manager knows that has to change.
We've only conceded 3 goals in the campaign. Unfortunately, they've been the deciding goal in 3 of the games. We're not a team that's going to create, chance after chance. So when we do, we have to make sure that our execution is better in that area of the pitch. Obviously, we need points in this double header, to try and claw back where we are from the teams above us.
Yes, goals and points at a premium for Michael O'Neill and his players so far in this qualifying campaign. And welcome to the programme. Live international football for you here on BBC Radio Ulster between now and 10 o'clock. Northern Ireland are in Slovenia this evening before they head off to Kazakhstan. It's the nightmare away double-header back-to-back games on the road this September. And keeping me company in studio to watch this one have Keith Gillespie, who played in Northern Ireland's first ever game against Slovenia in Maribor in 2008, and Warren Feeney, who scored Northern Ireland's first ever goal against Slovenia a year later in 2009 in Belfast in a 1-0 win. We should also mark the occasion, Warren, of Keith's debut for Northern Ireland 29 years ago today. Eh?
Thanks for that, Joel.
Looking at him, you wouldn't think it was 29 years. You'd think it was 39.
You're not wrong there.
We'll get your thoughts in a moment or two, but first of all, we need to get the all-important team news. And it's been a week, Michael McNamee, when we've heard about all of these players who are injured and missing again. It's been the campaign of injuries. So Michael O'Neill has to reshuffle again. What's he gone for this time?
Good evening, welcome to what was, until relatively recently, sunny Ljubljana. I think they've borrowed the DJ from Windsor Park. We've had glow sticks. The pitch is being watered. It's a terrific stadium, the Stadium Stojice. It's a sort of sunken stadium. The back row of seats level with the level of the ground outside. But yes, entirely full 11 of injured outfield players. That number was joined by Daniel Ballard. He never really was in with a chance of making this game. A real shame because he's in such great form. He's joined Gavin White and of course the likes of Ferguson, Corey Evans, Aaron Donnelly, Lavery, Lewis, Taylor, Bradley, Davis and Dallas. It's a long and sorry list for Michael O'Neill, but he has kept his promise in rewarding the players who are starting for their teams. So there's a youthful look to this Northern Ireland side. It shows 3 changes to the one which started that late defeat against Kazakhstan back in June. So back from the international wilderness comes Kilmarnock's Matty Kennedy for his first cap in 18 months. Also starting, coming into the side, are Kieran Brown and Conor McMenamin. So it's a sort of 3-4-1-2 formation, we think, with Peacock, Farrell and goal. A back 3 of McNair, Johnny Evans the captain and Brown. Then it's Hume, Shea Charles, Saville and Kennedy. Isaac Price getting the nod in an advanced position again for the 3rd match in a row. He's behind the front 2 of Dion Charles and McMenamin. So that leaves the likes of Craig Cathcart, who's just joined a club in the Belgian Pro League, and Josh McGuinness on the bench, along with the likes of Owen Toll and Brad Lyons, both awaiting their senior debuts. The big news for the Slovenian fans coming here, well, they know their side could end up in 2nd position in qualifying Group H if results go their way. They're delighted to see their star goalkeeper Jan Oblak back after surgery, the man who plays for Atletico Madrid. He captains the team this evening on the occasion of a 57th cap. And the 2 main threats, you would say, up front are Benjamin Šeško of RB Leipzig, who's got 5 goals in his last 9 international matches, and Andras Borar of Panathinaikos, who scored 3 goals in his last 6. 1 defeat in the last 10 matches for Slovenia. They're in better form than Northern Ireland. John O'Neill is alongside me. John, we've seen 3 consecutive 1-0 defeats, not all deserved for Northern Ireland. A 1-0 tonight in favour of the men all in green would be much welcomed.
I think we would settle for any sort of win tonight, Michael, and you made the point at the press conference last night that Michael hasn't had a lot of luck at the start of this campaign, and when you go back to the 2016 qualifying group, we had luck then, and you do really need a bit of luck when when you don't have as strong a squad as it might be. But glad to see McMenamin starting. I think he deserves a start. I think he's been impressive any time he's come on, and the theme of the press conference last night was that emphasis on the players have to be playing for their clubs, and I think bar Johnny Evans, you could basically say everyone is. The only sort of slight worry is that 5 of the starting 11, Michael, haven't even reached double caps. So I'd say Slovenia may be looking at that and thinking they've got a little bit of a chance. But, the likes of Charles and Hume have done well at their clubs, and there's really nothing to pick between the two teams. And a little bit of luck either way could settle it for one team or the other.
Well, the pitch is looking a little bit bubbly. They have watered it here. We remember Corey Evans' goal in Maribor in that win 13 years ago. But Joel, the 7th of September, the anniversary of the thrashing at Windsor Park from Norway, the anniversary of the late win against Hungary in Budapest in 2014, and of course the anniversary of David Healy's winner against England in 2005. And 29 years ago ties in with Keith the anniversary of the first ever UEFA qualifier for Slovenia in Maribor, and a very creditable 1-1 draw with Italy 29 years ago. So what is the 7th of September 2023 going to bring us? Let's hope the odd goal for the men in green.
Fingers crossed. Michael, Keith and Warren with me. First of all, what do we make of the team, Keith?
Yeah, no real surprises. Michael mentioned it there. John mentioned it. Good to see Connor starting tonight, because I think in the last 2 games when he came on, he made an impact. He's doing well at his club. It's disappointing for Michael, all those players that are out, because we have a small pool to pick from to begin with. So you can see how difficult it is, but you just have to get on with it. We looking at the games that we've had. You look at 3 of those 4 games, you think we could have won. We could have won 3 and we could have been sitting on 9. So it's disappointing. So we need a win tonight. Normally you go to these countries and you think a draw is a good result, but we need a win just to get back into the group. Simple as that.
Where are the goals coming from, Warren? That is the question, isn't it? I mean, you look through the team, only 1 of the 10 outfield players has scored a club goal, I think, so far this season. And that is Dion Charles, and he has scored 5.
Well, let's hope, as Keith touched on, it's good to see Connor starting. Let's hope Connor's the man tonight. But look, it is a problem. Looking at it, I know they're a 3, but I think defensively though, Connor will probably drop in off Charles, and Price will drop in with the midfield. But as Keith touched on, it definitely needs to win tonight. Listening to Trey Hume as well, he said they're going for 6 points over the 2 games. It's going to be a big ask, but let's hope they know that they've got to do. They've been dealt a raw hand with the injuries, but they've got to get on with it. And I'm sure Michael will drill that into them, that what way he wants them to set up. And as you say, would take anything tonight if it's a set play. And touching on that night in Maribor, remember, it was backs against the wall, but I think we got the ball in the corner, we got it in the box, and Corey popped up at the back post. So, if they can keep this game tight, away, the longer it goes on, they'll get a bit of confidence, and let's hope they can get a result.
Group H, after today's earlier result, Finland have won 1-0 in Kazakhstan. So Finland are top of the group on 12 points, Kazakhstan on 9. They've both played 5. Then it's Denmark on 7, having played 4. Slovenia on 7, having played 4. Northern Ireland on 3, having played 4. And San Marino yet to register, having played 4. Denmark at home to San Marino in the other game in the group this evening. Even when they do score a goal, Keith, VAR intervenes. We're back to Copenhagen. It's difficult. You must feel, Michael O'Neill, that everything, every little break and every little bounce is kind of going against them. But you just got to keep on going and hope that at some point it turns.
Yeah, exactly. Football is like that. You just have to deal with setbacks. That was a big setback that night because,
they come back home into the Kazakhstan game on such a lift.
Yeah, exactly.
If that goal stands, and who knows?
Well, exactly. I think the fact that we took it. We really took the game to them last 20 minutes. And we looked like we were going to score, and obviously, Marshall pops up, and then we have the VAR ruling the game out. So it was disappointing, but as you say, we come back to the Kazakhstan game and we think 3 points.
Okay, let's cross over to the stadium then to Michael, and before the game, of course, we'll get the anthems. But our commentary team tonight, John O'Neill and Michael McNamee.
And here are the anthems. Stadium filling up, it's by no means full. And here's the anthem of Slovenia.
Prosim vas da še naprej stojite in glasno zapojete himno Slovenije.
This is the fifth competitive meeting of Slovenia and Northern Ireland. We remember that goal scored by Corey Evans in Maribor back in 2010. We remember the goal scored by Warren Feeney, our studio guest, at Windsor Park in 2009. And we remember Conor Washington in the friendly international before the Euros in 2016 with his first goal for his country. And he's on the bench tonight. John O'Neill, as the marching band are applauded off.
It's great to have the anthems played by a band in the stadium. It just sounds a lot better.
Well, there's a huge number of bouncing Slovenian fans away behind the goal away to the left. There are lots of empty seats behind the goals as well.
Yeah.
This is a 16,000 capacity stadium. It's the first time Northern Ireland have ever played here. And I'll give you the team if you've missed it. Peacock, Farrell in goal. A back three of McNair. Johnny Evans, the captain, winning his 103rd cap, and Brown. Then it's Hume, Shea Charles, Saville and Matty Kennedy of Kilmarnock, his fourth cap, his first cap in a year and a half. Then Isaac Price, now of Standard Liège, just behind Dion Charles, the double scorer in San Marino earlier in the year, and Conor McMenamin of St Mirren, who started life in Scotland so well. Here we go, John. We've got an Italian referee. We've the Slovenians all in white, but they do look, they've got this sort of black stripe down the front of the jerseys. They all look as if they've been run over by an articulated lorry. And Northern Ireland are all in green, and they'll be playing from left to right.
When you look at the table now, Michael, and the fact that Finland won today and have gone on to 12 points, you expect Denmark to play San Marino, I think, same time. And you think they've got to go to 10 points. If we don't lose, we're 9 behind Finland and 7 behind
Good night,
Denmark. And I think it's finished there. And I think Michael realises that. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. I mean, the performance against Denmark was by far and away the best performance in the group so far. Maybe we can get a little bit of that back. And just nick a goal and see if we can get ourselves in front, and we'll take it from there. But the pitch looks awful, Michael, I have to say. Particularly the
it is a
goal
grass surface, but it's rough.
And particularly the goal mouth that Billy Peacock Farrell's in for the first half as well.
Our referee from Italy is Marco Guida. He's in luminous green and yellow. And Northern Ireland playing from left to right. The Green and White Army in the corner of the stadium, way to our bottom right hand side, making a lot of noise. But 800, 900 have travelled. They enjoyed the sunshine. They've enjoyed the flesh pots of Ljubljana and the bars and restaurants. It's a brilliant city. And Northern Ireland are looking to revive their qualifying campaign, and they get things underway. And immediately Shea Charles, wearing 19, Northern Ireland all in green, he lofts that out to this near side and out of play. Northern Ireland in those sort of quartered shirts of dark green and lighter green, dark green shorts, dark green socks, and Slovenia all in white, and they've got all black and gold. They're playing four at the back: Karnichnik, Bricalo, Bijol and Jansa. Then Stojanovic, as Northern Ireland are on the attack down this right hand side, but that's going to roll out of play for a goal kick. In midfield it's Stojanovic, Cherin, Elsnik and Milakar. Then the two men who provide the real threat up front of Panathinaikos, Andras Sporar, who's in red hot form, 3 goals in his last 6 international matches, and Benjamin Šeško, who my son tells me is the best player in the Slovenian team from RB Leipzig. He's in great form, 5 goals in his last 9, as Northern Ireland's Trey Hume rolls the ball back to Billy Peacock Farrell, winning his 40th cap. He's kept 13 clean sheets in his previous 39 appearances. Now first team choice at Aarhus in Denmark, where he's on loan. Long ball forward, nodded away by the Slovenian defence. Shea Charles is there, but it falls to Šeško inside the centre circle. The team all in white, playing from right to left. They're attacking down the right hand side. We're quite a low commentary position here, but on the halfway line. Good tackle coming in from Shea Charles. Saville gets the ball back, and Northern Ireland should clear it upfield, looking for Dion Charles, a willing worker up front, is chested down by Jaka Bijol, all the way back to the Slovenian captain Jan Oblak, 30 years old. And Atletico Madrid now 10 seasons there at the Spanish club. Good quick passing by Slovenia. Dreadful touch though by Šeško, or by Elsnik, and that's going to run out of play away in the bottom left hand corner of the goal, just behind our huge monitor. I've a television smaller than that in the last decade.
It's that big we can't see over it.
But it is out of play. It'll be a Northern Ireland goal kick. We'll keep you up to speed. Well, I did say Slovenia could go second. It's highly unlikely that Denmark will drop points tonight against San Marino in Copenhagen. We'll keep you across that one. And of course France against the Republic of Ireland in Group B in Parc des Princes, kicking off at the same time. Cleared upfield from the goal kick. Isaac Christ takes a bit of a push, receives a push from Elsnik. The ball's over the halfway line. It's awful. It's a bouncy ball, and the flag is not gone up, and a chance 1-on-1, and it's 1-0. And Sporar has scored in the 3rd minute. Northern Ireland were looking for the offside flag. Sporar was in 1-on-1. He curled it past Peacock Farrell. A disastrous start for Northern Ireland. They're 1 down inside 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it just sums this campaign up. And to be fair, I mean, there's less than 3 minutes on the clock gone, Michael, and they've started terribly. We missed out every challenge in midfield. A white jersey won it, and he's miles onside. We're just watching it on the replay. He's miles onside. We just got caught sleeping. We didn't start well at all. We hardly even got a pass on the ball, and they've scored, and it's a good finish. Sporar does well. To be fair, Bailey Peacock Farrell has got no chance. He's 1-on-1 with him, almost in the centre of the goal, and it's definitely an uphill battle now. But at the end of the day, Michael, they've got a lot of spring-loaded players. They're playing in Italy, they're playing in Spain, in Greece. They're an experienced side, so it's going to be difficult to get back into this, I think.
It was Šeško who set up Sporar. The Northern Ireland defence went completely AWOL, and the number 9 was in against the number 1, and there was only going to be one result.
Yeah, well, the ball was knocked up, and Price was knocked off the ball, and then it bounced to Shea Charles, and he was knocked off the ball, and then a quick pass in. We tried to play offside because we were getting caught short, but he's 2 or 3 yards onside.
Oh dear. Johnny Evans, ball across to Paddy McNair. I think there were some Northern Ireland players hadn't touched the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
Before that goal went in. And here's Price winning it back. It was McMenamin won it back for Northern Ireland on the right hand side. It'll be Northern Ireland throw in inside the Slovenian half, to be taken by Trey Hume, winning his 5th cap. all 4 of his previous senior international appearances have ended in 1-0 defeats. And the under-21s under Tommy Wright, his first game in charge wasn't great either. They lost 1-0 at Mornview Park to Luxembourg.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
That's well marshalled out of play by Cherin on that far side, and that'll be a goal kick to be taken by Jan Oblak, who's all in orange.
Yeah, we're really disappointed. The one thing you don't want to do is come away from home and give away a goal so early. We know it's been difficult for Northern Ireland to score goals down through the years, and basically we said at the start of the programme that we really need to win this game. Well, we're going to have to score 2 to win it.
Slovenia building from the back.
Now they can dictate the pace of play.
Long, low clearance upfield by Oblak. Nodder in towards Mlakar. Mlakar, number 17. They're enjoying themselves. Ball through, but it's not going to be linked up to Sheshko.
They just started a much
straight through to Bailey Peacock Farrell. They look 2 grades ahead of Northern Ireland.
They look up for it, Michael. The pace that they've started at is totally different from Northern Ireland. We just can't get into the game at the minute.
Cleared over the halfway line by McNair. Nodded on by Charles. 2 big defenders are chasing back though, and it's knocked out of play by Biol for Northern Ireland. Throw in level with the 18-yard box. The Northern Ireland right hand side. They're trailing by a goal to 0. Andras Sporar in the 3rd minute of play, and Northern Ireland look stunned.
They are stunned. Yeah.
1-0 down. What can they do from this throw in from the right hand side? It's played back to Conor McMenamin. McMenamin taking on the defender, gets onto his left foot, gets the cross in, nodded away by the Slovenian defence only as far as Johnny Evans. He heads it to the feet of Trey Hume. Hume infield to Shea Charles. Northern Ireland loves it. Hit back immediately. Here's McMenamin on the right hand side, taking on Janjar. Long shot. That's a effectless touch in. Brilliant save. Must be. Yes. Isaac Price has scored. Isaac Price has levelled it.
Brilliant goal.
In the 7th minute, it was a tap-in in the end. The Slovenian defence was all over the place, and Isaac Price has got his first international goal. He scored it in Ljubljana, and it's Slovenia 1, Northern Ireland 1.
That was a great goal. It started with a throw-in down here. McMenamin takes the throw-in, tries to get the first cross in. That was headed out, and then Shea Charles picks out a lovely ball, feeds it back to McMenamin. His cross-in was brilliant. Oblak makes an absolutely brilliant save from the first attempt. I'm not sure who that was from. Still can't see.
It was Matty Kennedy.
Kennedy got in there and made an absolute brilliant save from that, and Price was there to get the rebound. Brilliant. We're back to square one. We can breathe again.
Some people not a million miles away predicting a dull 0-0, John. What the heck do I know? It's 1-1 and we have played 7 minutes.
But I think that shows you what a great player Shea Charles is and can be. And I think right away,
McMenamin's up for it on the right hand side
McMenamin has deserved his place in the team, and he's carried on from where he left off every time he's played for Northern Ireland. He's been exciting to watch.
Blimey, Jamie, we could be in for some night here.
Well,
both defences looking a little bit
shaky at the minute,
a little bit open.
Yeah.
Slovenia have it on the far side. They've won a throw in on their right.
Well, I think when you look at the lineup that Michael's put out, it could be, we were saying, Michael, a changing of the guard.
Cathcart hasn't played at all. He's just joined the Belgian club.
Yeah. And
George McGuinness isn't a first choice either.
And you look at some of the injuries, they're still going to be long term, I think.
Long ball forward by Janza, the left back. Here comes Sheshko, halfway inside the half, and here's Janza again. This is good build-up play on the left-hand side. Fine tackle coming in from McMenamin. In a defensive role, he's won the throw, and well done, Conor McMenamin.
When you look at this game, it's totally different from a lot of the games we've been watching in the Premiership and the Champions League, when it's been all possession and slow play and coming back from down one end and going around the other side and trying to play it in that way. They're just going for it, Michael. When they get down along the 18-yard box, they're trying to put it in the box.
I can't remember that. When was the last time Northern Ireland scored a goal with their first attack? It's been a while. Marshall Gillespie, if you're listening, the bat signal is going up over Ljubljana.
Joe Taggart will come up with that in 2 seconds and you'll hear it in your ear.
Paddy McNair wearing 17, playing it back to
this is
Peacock
where you're
Farrell.
The ground in there is not
bubbly.
Great. Yeah.
Out to Kieran Brown on the Northern Ireland left-hand side, chips it forward, looking for that man. You see 13 and you think Corey Evans.
I know, it's strange.
Tonight you've got to think Matty Kennedy.
Yeah.
It's out of play for a Slovenian throw in. It's 1-1. We played 9 minutes.
Fair play to Kennedy to get in there, Michael. You know, he was right in the middle of the goal, came all the way over from the left-hand side and forced a brilliant save from All Black.
It was a fantastic save.
It's incredible.
But he was just unlucky the ball fell right to the feet of Isaac Price.
When he saved the first one, I thought, that's just our luck.
So there you are, the blonde-haired, tall Isaac Price has won the ball back for Northern Ireland, and the spring is back in the step. Astonishing what a goal will do.
Now they've started. For the first 3 minutes, they were passengers and just watching the game go by.
Weather in Ljubljana has been beautiful. Very warm, very sunny. Northern Ireland have the ball now with Dion Charles. Offloads it now. Saville, edge. He goes down on the challenge. Picked up again. That's another foul. And that will be a free kick. Dion Charles, that challenge. And Northern Ireland are flying into this now.
The goal is really rejuvenated and they're up for it now.
Free kick on the parabola of the D.
The what?
It's a parabola, Johnson. The curvy bit. I think it's a parabola, is it? Right. So it's right on the sort of pointy bit of the D.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah. I could say something, but I'd get taken off the air. So let's see what they've been working on in set pieces. McMenamin is over it. Saville still waiting. What was the stat from Marshall Gillespie? 52 hours and 10 minutes. Well, you can add another 10 on to George Saville's long career of goalless.
I wrote it on your notes with a big question mark. Is today going to be the day?
Well, they've put a draft excluder man down. There's 5 men on the wall. It is very central. It's right on the curve of the D. And it is, I think that's Kennedy, isn't it, standing over it? And
Kennedy
also
and
McMenamin. So let's see what they've been working on. This would be dramatic in the 11th minute. Kennedy curls it. Oh, just wide.
Dear me.
Thought that was in. He thought it was in.
He thought it was in. I think the
top
crowd
right
thought
corner.
it was. Oblak was beaten. He was rooted to the spot.
Matty Kennedy nearly scored.
Dear me. That's a great free kick.
In the 7th minute, he nearly scored in the 12th.
Yeah.
Still 1-1. What a start.
Oh, Humes got caught.
Another ball through, another opportunity. Shesko, and it'd come to the corner of his penalty area as Bailey Peacock Farrell sliding and diving and picking the ball up ahead of Benjamin Shesko.
Yeah.
They look a threat every time they
do.
move.
I think Trey Hume actually tried to intercept the pass there and got slightly caught, and Shesko was away.
It's 1-1.
Yeah.
We've played 11 and a half minutes. The most dramatic start to games was probably that Norway thrashing.
It's as fast a start I've seen to an international match for quite a while.
They're very closely ranked together, FIFA. Yeah. 61 for Slovenia, 64 for Northern Ireland, but Slovenia in much the better form.
Well, when you look at the group overall, and I watched the Kazakhstan-Finland game today, between those 4 teams, there's nothing.
Northern Ireland on the left-hand side can't get the ball into the back post. McMenamin, can he keep it in? This is exciting stuff. Conor McMenamin racing, keep the ball in on the right-hand side. He has support if he needs it from Hume, gets the cross in. That's not a good one, and it's beaten Kennedy and Saville and bounces out of play. Should mention Matej Kek, the coach of Slovenia, back for his second spell in charge. He's basically always been in charge for the Northern Ireland matches, pretty much. Took them to the World Cup in 2010, where they won one match, and he's hoping to sort of rebuild the form from the team in the noughties when they were so successful. 2 Euros and a World Cup. Good by Northern Ireland. Saville inside the centre circle, down on that slidey, slippery surface, picked up by Mlakar. Real opportunity now for Slovenia on the right hand side of Sporar, deflected into the side netting.
There's a corner again. When they counter attack, we were unlucky there. We lost it in the middle of the field while we were attacking, and they strike at us very, very quickly. Just the white shirts are streaming forward. Yeah. Seems to be lots of room for them. Corners and set pieces could be a problem, Michael, because you look at the size of the lads they have, particularly the 2 lads at the back. Big break, hello. The number 23 is up, and taking the corner is Adam Cherin on the right-hand side. It'll be an out swinger. Biol, the number 6, is a bit of a monster as well. It's a low one. It's the David Healy one, and it's blocked. Dear me. It's the Sammy Kling and David Healy Spain special. Yeah, well played. And the shot from Sporar was blocked in the end. Yeah, Hume did brilliant. He saw it all the way and went with the runner all the way, and when the shot came in, he was there to block it. Of course, that was a free kick in 2006. Another corner on the right-hand side.
played 14 minutes. It's an outswinger for Slovenia. It bounces and is nodded away by Dion Charles. The break might be on for Northern Ireland. All in green, playing from left to right. The ball's back in, and that should be Bailey Peacock-Farrell. Comes out to his penalty spot, and the man all in blue immediately drills it up front, looking for Conor McMenamin. What a ball that is. McMenamin is beaten by the defender. It's off his heel. It could go anywhere. And Slovenia were lucky there.
They were lucky. I mean,
what a great counter-attack.
What a great ball from Peacock-Farrell. And McMenamin at the centre half, and all sorts of problems.
Northern forward by Johnny Evans. Dion Charles is tussling for it. He battles and harries and hassles, and Savills down under the challenge. And the referee says play on. Slovenia have got possession. We've played nearly 15 minutes. It's 1-1. Haven't 15 minutes flown by?
It's amazing when a game's good.
Long ball through the middle. Paddy McNair is going to help that back, and he does well to get it back to Peacock-Farrell onto his right foot, and that's crossed to Kieran Brown, wearing 22. Has never let Northern Ireland down, you would say, in his 16 previous caps. The man with the man bun on his head.
Yeah, another thing I would say as well, Michael, is that this is the first time in a long time that we have started to play direct from the back. We had been in the past trying to build up from the midfield, but as soon as Evans, Kieran Brown, or even McNair get the ball, they're looking for the front men right away, and then we're trying to get up the field, support the likes of Dion Charles and McMenamin, and take whatever we can get in their half.
I think Isaac Price becomes the first man to be playing for a European club when scoring for Northern Ireland since I think James Quinn, when he was playing in the Netherlands.
That's right, yeah.
Willemsen. Right, Northern Ireland free kick to be taken by Shea Charles, who's now absolutely nailed this place in the Northern Ireland starting team.
You only have to look at him, Michael, and you know he's a player.
He wears the number 19 jersey, takes the free kick, launches it, looking for Johnny Evans to make the run, nodded away by the Slovenian defence.
I thought Evans and Brown gave up on that too early. I thought it was a great cross.
There's a bit of hassling and harrying by McMenamin, who really gives us all for this team.
Yeah.
Didn't look out of place when he was on the books of Glentoran.
Yeah,
and of course now he's in Scotland.
Yeah, I thought it, when he first came on the scene, I thought he was an excellent player.
St Mirren are flying in Scotland.
Yeah, I thought it was a matter of time, maybe, until he got his move. But certainly, even while he was playing in the Glens, like he didn't look out of place coming into the international scene.
Bit of a mess up on the far side. The ball back to Johnny Evans was put out of play.
We're going to sleep there. Both Kennedy and Saville were caught on the wrong side of the ball there. Just got to be more alert, concentrate a little bit more.
Slovenia in this lovely, lovely stadium. Wonderful roof. There's great architecture of this place, and it has sunk down into the ground. Yeah. So you move up behind the seats, and you're on ground level. So it's a long raking ball forward. They like these long balls forward. Slovenia to the right hand side. Brown has taken a tumble. He's been beaten. A real chance for Slovenia. Shot in on goal, and it's in. Kieran Brown thought he was fouled, and Slovenia have got their second. Drill past Bailey Peacock-Farrell by Stojanovic in the 17th minute, and they've regained the lead. Slovenia leading by 2-1.
Yeah, I would like to see it again. I'm not sure Brown was fouled. I think he got caught right underneath the ball. He lost where he was. He lost where the man was. He may actually have gone over on his ankle, and unfortunately, when that happened, they were right 3 and goal. I'm not sure if this takes a deflection, because Bailey Peacock-Farrell looked as if we're just watching it again on. He may be actually offside here, Michael. I don't think it was a foul. Yeah, it's a deflection off Johnny Evans as well.
We've had a few of those recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely befuddled Bailey Peacock-Farrell. We're seeing the shot from behind the goal. Yeah, deflection off Evans.
I'm not sure if it even was a shot, Michael, or he tried to cross the ball. But Stojanovic will definitely claim it. I'm wondering, is there a goal check here? We only saw the first pass very, very, very briefly.
Matthias Keck is not showing any emotion as the balls get in. I think we are waiting for.
Yeah.
Well, there's
still
treatment for Brown, who's still down. Possibility of a VAR intervention here, do you think?
Well, Johnny Evans is talking to the referee at the minute. I say they're not showing it on TV again here yet, but
it will be the second deflected goal off Johnny Evans in the space of 5 days.
We'll watch it here now, mate. No, that's the
first goal we're seeing.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that one.
No, that was definitely well taken as well.
But Peacock-Farrell's reaction to that second goal, You could tell there was a deflection because
Yeah,
he was
definitely. He's just basically stuck his
flat-footed.
arm. Yeah. We're just showing the
Northern Ireland goal
Northern
again.
Ireland goal. It was a great save by All Black and brilliant by Price. Got there just before the defender.
Well, the ball is on the centre spot.
Well, I would say the check would have been over by
Northern
now.
Ireland are expected to restart. Whether Kieran Brown can continue.
Doesn't look like. I think the doc there has actually signalled to the bench that.
So your options are Cathcart, your options are Owen Toll, your options
Cathcart.
Brodie Spencer.
Cathcart has got to come on, Michael. I think he's got to come on.
Northern Ireland down to 10 men and they are trailing by 2-1. Another deflection off the unfortunate Johnny Evans, and we're seeing Craig Cathcart put his number 20 jersey on, and I don't think he was probably expecting to make an appearance in the first quarter of this match.
As I say, Brown got himself in all sorts of trouble, Michael, and I don't think it was a foul. And then I think he went over on his ankle because we said the pitch is horrible. So I would say that probably played a part in it. But
yeah,
it's one of those things I've always thought when I see three centre halves playing at the back. Centre half get exposed when they have to go out onto the touchline, and everything is slightly different around you. And as I was saying there, I think he got underneath the ball slightly, and he was looking for the defender, and just went over on his ankle.
Cathcart is on, winning his 73rd cap. So he goes level with a couple of famous players. The ball is in the edge of the Northern Ireland penalty area. They're trailing by 2-1. He's level now with Jimmy Nicholl and Niall McGinn, Craig Cathcart. And Cathcart has just joined the team who are bottom of the Belgian Pro League.
Yeah, I'd never heard of them.
Kortrijk. Of course, he had played in Belgium before earlier in his career. And they're in a shocking state. They've conceding goals, 17 goals conceded in 6 matches. They're bottom of the Belgian Pro League. And Cathcart has just joined them to try and tighten things up, and he's on now. That's good work by Shea Charles. Price now to Dion Charles. We've played 21 minutes. Northern Ireland trailing by 2-1, and Shea Charles slips. Terrible surface, but he's able to find his man Kennedy out in the left-hand side. Cutting end on his right foot. The shot is blocked, and it's back with Johnny Evans.
It's strange watching Northern Ireland tonight, Michael, because usually our defence is our strength, and we have been very, very dodgy tonight. Whereas going forward, we're causing them threats at both left and right.
We did ask Michael O'Neill about the pitch yesterday because it doesn't look good, and it isn't good.
It's not good, no.
No amount of watering is going to sort it out.
Absolutely not. No.
It's bobbly, the surface breaking up. Here's Shea Charles inside the Slovenian half.
It just makes the game look so easy. He always seems to have time and space.
He could end up winning 120 caps. Shea Charles, edge of the area, slots it. Isaac Price gets the ball back. Charles shoots wide. Shea Charles well wide and high. I think the ball bobbled before he hit it.
It did, yeah. But again, he's just waltzed through that midfield and played the 1-2 with Price as if it's so easy. I'm surprised. I'd be surprised, if he stays at Southampton and some of the bigger clubs don't come in, because he's as good a player as I've seen in the Premiership.
Petr Stojanovic, his third international goal. He plays for Sampdoria. And we see Kieran Brown looking pretty miserable, limping along the touchline.
Yeah, it's bad enough when you have to come off with an injury, but when that injury sort of led to a goal as well, I'm not sure he's feeling the best. But again, Michael, another injury for Michael O'Neill to deal with.
Yep. Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. The
game with Kazakhstan in Astana.
And that's on a plastic pitch as well. We were watching it this afternoon, and They didn't look good at all. They had one shot, I think, in the whole of the game.
France are 1-up against the Republic of Ireland after 21 minutes, and it's 0-0. Denmark San Marino after 21 minutes. Paddy McNair here on the right hand side, chipping it forward looking for Conor McMenamin, beaten in the air. It bounces quite high and bounces over Shea Charles, forward by McNair. This is like the bad Windsor Park surface, isn't it? Now, great interception by Cathcart of all people. Hasn't played any competitive football this season. Another brilliant tackle coming in from Isaac Price. Northern Ireland are battling here, they're fighting, but they're just too loose at the back. And it's all the way back to the big Jakabiol of Udinese. And they pass the ball well, Slovenia.
Yeah, they do. But most of the teams, at this level do.
Biol.
It's when you get to the 18-yard box where the really tough parts of play come into play.
Retaining possession inside their own half.
I think they may be trying to slow it down a little bit, because anytime Northern Ireland get the ball, they're going straight for them.
They have it inside their own half. McMenamin trying to block the ball forwards. The big 23, Brekalo. He scored a goal in Kazakhstan. And he launches it looking for the run by the left back Janza, but it's too close to Peacock Farrell.
It's a terrible pass.
And he picks the ball up.
I think they're having a little breather. I think both teams are having a little breather now, Michael, after that sort of 25 minutes of really having to go at one another.
Frantic activity.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland with possession in the form of captain Johnny Evans. Short pass, it's the old firm back together again of Cathcart and Evans at the back for Northern Ireland.
Look at that bounce that Kennedy's had to deal with there off the pitch. It's actually up around his head, and it was only a straight pass from Cathcart. It takes a horrible bobble.
Long pass forward by Cathcart, looking for McMenamin, who wins the header. Saville trying to get onto the second ball, cleared away by the Slovenian defence on their left-hand side. Flicked on by McMenamin on the right-hand side. And Elsnick can't prevent Paddy McNair playing it forward, and it's nodded out of play by Eric Janza, left back, winning his third cap.
I definitely think that, you know, the ploy that they're playing at the minute is they're playing the ball up to the strikers as quickly as possible, and it doesn't matter whether the striker wins it or the defender wins it. They're trying to win the second ball, you know, 10 or 15 yards outside the Slovenian box.
McNair slips on this surface. Saville's down under the challenge of Elsnick. That'll be a free kick to Northern Ireland. Right hand corner of the area, about 6 yards away from the point of the penalty area on the Northern Ireland right. So immediately Johnny Evans and Craig Cathcart move forward. Paddy McNair is there as well. Price is at the back post.
It looks like Kennedy's going to take this one as well, unless McMenamin's going to curl it in with his left foot.
So Matty Kennedy's free kick in the 12th minute was very, very close to giving Northern Ireland a 2-1 lead. As it is, they now trail by 2-1. And McMenamin is asking for, where's the white line, where's the spray for
the 10
Janza?
yards.
Nothing's been sprayed, so Janza, I don't think it's 10 yards back.
It doesn't look it.
Kennedy gives the signal, right footed, it's low, it's far too close to the defender, it falls into the path of McMenamin. McMenamin twists and turns, he goes himself, does very nicely. Conor McMenamin, not a good cross, doesn't beat the first man. Back with Shea Charles, the momentum might have been lost for Northern Ireland.
But as soon as he gets the ball, Michael, he's got one thing in his mind, you know, make himself a yard and get it into the box. And it reminds me a lot of John Robinson, the old player from Nottingham Forest. He doesn't have to beat the man, Michael. He just needs a yard of space to get the cross in, and he'll put it in for them.
Hope he doesn't smoke as much as John Robertson used to. Like bags of chips. Flick ball looking for McMenamin to make their own forward. Slid out by Janza, but Northern Ireland when they throw in close to the corner flag, their right hand side.
Yeah, they're not giving their back four a minute's piece. You know, they're right at them all the time, chasing lost causes down into the corner, and he gets his throw in right at the corner flag.
Finland won in Astana, late goal from Oliver Antman, I think sponsored by the Nation Sporting Journalist for the headline value. Antman the hero in Astana earlier on for Finland. Northern Ireland trailing by 2-1, 27 minutes gone in Ljubljana. They have possession on the right hand side. McMenamin's beaten his man, got to the byline, good cross needed, right across, oh goodness me, it was nearly Paddy McNair in at the back post to make it 2-2. It somehow evaded him.
I think he thought the defender was going to get it and it totally outfoxed him. But again, McMenamin's been outstanding.
Great tackle by Kennedy, who's having a stormer. Northern Ireland get it through to Price. Price shoots, it's blocked. Charles slips on the surface. This is awful. It's like it's a knockout at times. McNair out to the right hand side. McMenamin, dramatic fall, and the referee buys it.
It's a knockout. It takes me back.
I don't think we're allowed to mention that. Northern Ireland free kick there, right hand side. They've responded well.
They have. It's a good game. It's the best game I've seen, the most entertaining game I've seen in a while.
Game.
Yeah, you know, since Rangers and Eindhoven. I mean, that was some open game as well. But again, that was two teams who were just having a go at one another, and defending went out the window.
I mean, I was convinced there was going to be a tap in at the back post there for 2-2.
It was unlucky again. Great play by McMenamin.
So Northern Ireland free kick again. It's Kennedy and McMenamin standing over it. You'd probably expect McMenamin to hit it from the right hand side. He gives the signal, left footed ball in. It's right to the back post. A lot of white-shirted defenders, and they do get the ball away. Shea Charles with a volley over the top.
Yeah, it just wouldn't come down for him.
Confident enough to have a go?
Yeah, he's about 10 or 15 yards outside the box.
Oh, Denmark are now suddenly 2-0 up against San Marino. So that's must have been 2 quick-fire goals there, and they're leading in Copenhagen. And so there will be no miracle for our good friends from San Marino. Well, goodness knows why they keep going. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Guess who got one of them?
Who?
That fella Man United signed. We didn't score against Northern Ireland. Lovely flick by Sporar. Here goes Šeško up against Shea Charles. Slovenian left-hand side. He's got all the tricks, this fella. That's nicely done.
Brilliant.
Gets the ball back to Malakar.
Yeah, it's very good.
Janza. This has been more entertaining than about 2 or 3 of the Northern Ireland fixtures put together, John, so far. It's an awful surface, but a good game. And just as I say that, not a great ball forward, and Cathcart was waiting for Peacock Farrell come, didn't.
He did well, Michael, because he didn't want to pass it back to him on that surface.
McMenamin's playing well. Back with Shea Charles. Northern Ireland still inside their own half. He's beaten one and then squared to McMenamin. Brilliant. Exquisite. McMenamin sweeps it out the left-hand side where Matty Kennedy will chest it down to Trey Hume. Haven't seen too much of him on the ball on the left-hand side for Northern Ireland. Inside their own half. Remember, Kieran Brown went off, was replaced by Craig Cathcart, who's just joined the club in Belgium. And Trey Hume gets it forward. It's a tug, surely, in the jersey of George Saville. Is there going to be a card eventually from the Italian referee?
Look, I'm not so bothered, Michael. It's a game that everybody's getting on with. There's no real dirty tackles. There's fouls. Like, when I was playing, you wouldn't even consider that a booking. But
have you seen what's going on in football, John?
I know.
You get yellow carded for sneezing in the wrong direction.
I have to say, I have never seen a player like Shea Charles perform for Northern Ireland. Never,
what age is he, John? He's 19.
He's 19. Maybe in the 58 squad they had players like Danny Blanchford. I'm not that old to remember them playing, but we knew that, Michael, from the first time he stepped onto the pitch, and you just says, this guy's a player. You just knew by the way he carries himself.
31st minute.
That down there was incredible.
Northern Ireland free kick again. It's Kennedy will swing it in from the left-hand side. Cathcart's up, it's beaten him.
There's a great ball, great pace on the ball, and again it's just beaten.
And that's surely a foul on McMenamin. Is this finally going to be a yellow card?
No.
From Marco?
No.
The referee? No, it's not. It's a final warning, I think.
Johnny Evans is having a word as well.
Final warning for the goal scorer, Stojanovic. So another free kick for Northern Ireland on the left-hand side, slightly further away. We've played 32 minutes. It's Slovenia 2, Northern Ireland 1. They've played it short to Kennedy on the left-hand side. Matty Kennedy squares the ball, and I don't think that was the right idea, but McMenamin has won the throw-in, has he?
No,
he hasn't.
I think it's come off him.
Should have put it in the area.
Yeah,
we're all wise after the event. We're seeing
probably the first time.
No, it was a Northern Ireland throw-in. The officials got it wrong. Seeing the replay, yep. Didn't take a touch off McMenamin. So we've got this odd situation where behind the goals most of the seats are empty. 2 main stands, most of them are taken. Good tackle by Shea Charles, a fair one to dispossess Šeško. Northern Ireland have it on the left-hand side. Matty Kennedy, who, to be honest, in the last couple of years is more likely to be absent from squads than appearing, but he's taking his chance this evening on the left-hand side.
I've been impressed by him so far.
Here goes Hume. He's got a tug, and that's a foul.
That has to be a booking. Now that has to be a booking.
How many times?
I mean, he's just run past him and just pulled him back by the arm.
Still no card from.
He hasn't blown the whistle.
Marco Guida hasn't given a free kick. Play continues with Northern Ireland in possession. Shea Charles gets it out to McMenamin. He chests it down nicely. Danger when he's nutmegged him. Brilliant by McMenamin, squares it. I takes a shot. It's into the side netting.
I tell you, All Black's done well again. I'm not sure.
Another good save. He should have squared it.
He's nutmegged the fullback on the goal line. He's cut in. And I'm not sure if there was enough bodies there, Michael. They'd all actually got into the 6-yard box. If he brings it outside the 6-yard box, I'm not sure if there's anybody in a green shirt there.
I think that was a shot, wasn't it? He was trying to sneak it into the near post.
And All Black did well again, right down in his near post.
Dion Charles was waiting for the squared ball. There was somebody else at the back post as well. It's easy to be, again, wise after the event. That could have been easily 2-2.
Yeah.
McManaman's having a good night. The white men are doing well, John. McManaman and Kennedy.
You're not surprised with McManaman at all. I think he's always had it in him. He just needed to get his chance, and he's certainly taken it tonight.
It doesn't feel like a game's going to finish 2-1.
It doesn't, no. And to be quite honest, Michael, I mean, even on the performance here, 2-1 at half-time, I'd much rather watch...
Long ball for well done, Cathcart.
Yeah, Cathcart did well. I'd much rather watch Northern Ireland losing like this than some of the games we've seen. We have been very poor.
Still 1-0 France in Parc des Princes against the Republic. That's he's not made them again. Twice in 2 minutes, McManaman. But here comes Slovenia on their left-hand side. They've won the ball back, and that's the number 20, Stojanovic.
I'll tell you what.
Well tackled by Saville.
Saville's gone through some challenges, and he was caught late again there.
Stojanovic is the man who's going to get the talking to from Marco Guida as he left his cards in Italy. That was a cynical challenge by Stojanovic. On another night, John, there could have been 3 or 4 yellows shown.
Easily, without a doubt.
It's 2-1 Slovenia. We've 10 minutes left to play, and of course all those additional minutes, those newly found additional minutes.
The delay for Kieran Brown will 2 or 3 minutes anyway.
Brown had to go off, was replaced by Craig Cathcart. And here's the goal scorer, Isaac Price.
Has to be
Price
strong.
Is he wearing the wrong boots? Here comes Slovenia once more. Cathcart gets in the way. They're still on the attack. Stojanovic on the right-hand side squares it. Must be. It is a 3-1. The flag is up though against Shesko. He's still celebrating away to the left, but the flag is up.
But the ball up to Price, Michael. I know he's only a young lad. He's only got 3 or 4 caps. He has to be strong right on the halfway line. He has to win that. He has to be physical. He's a mile offside.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's where we lost it, and that's where we lost the first goal as well. Just on, on the Northern Ireland side of the halfway line, and when they get it there, they break very, very quickly.
I don't know what sort of footwear you're meant to wear on this surface, but it looks as though Isaac Price hasn't got the right ones on.
I think they watered it too late, Michael. Because we came to the pitch and we thought they haven't watered it at all. We were here last night. We expected them to do that.
Long ball forward. Isaac Price has been bundled over. Ball's out of play on this near side, Northern Ireland.
And I think what's happened
it's still 2-1.
When the water's gone on it now, it hasn't had enough time to soak into the thing, and it's actually very, very greasy on top.
Well, also the top's breaking up.
Yeah, that's because it hasn't penetrated yet. I'm a good gardener, you listen to me.
Northern Ireland throw in level with the Slovenian penalty area, right hand side. McNair looking for Price.
Corner.
Takes a touch off the man and white for a corner. Yep. Gardening and refereeing you're good at.
I'm not so much about the refereeing now.
So it's 2-0 Denmark against San Marino. Earlier on, Finland 1-0 in Kazakhstan. Northern Ireland play there Sunday afternoon.
The manager's going
corners played
right
short to Matty Kennedy, right hand side. Kennedy to the back post, headed away by the defender. Is it up for the volley? Shea Charles and Saville were waiting for it. It's out with Saville. Back all the way to Trey Hume inside the centre circle. Chips it out to the right hand side, looking for Johnny Evans, doesn't find him, and Slovenia headed out of play on that far side. We've got 8 minutes left in the first half. It's 2-1.
Slovenia have been lucky at the back, Michael, because they've given the balls away and gone to sleep as well. Their height is getting them out of danger here and getting out of trouble, because both the two centre halves have cleared good crosses from Kennedy and McManaman.
Northern Ireland have possession inside their own half. Johnny Evans back to Billy Peacock Farrell in 2 tones of blue outside his penalty area, white gloves. And a little period of calm in this game. We've played 37.5 minutes. 2-1 Slovenia lead. Northern Ireland have had their chances to equalise. Oh, and they've given the ball away, Slovenia. Edge of the area, Dion Charles now. White shirts around him. He's bundling down, bundling through. And you could call for anything there. And I think he's called for a Slovenian free kick for the foul by Dion Charles.
I think it was just a little bit too heavy of a challenge.
He's a throwback, isn't he, Dion Charles? He's all shoulders and arms and legs. Got those 2 goals.
He's not the tallest, but he certainly lets the centre halves know that he's there.
He's in great form, isn't he? He's in great goal scoring form
from his club.
5 goals in 7 for Bolton. Committed himself to the club as well.
You did predict 0-0, didn't you?
Oh, I haven't a clue. it could end up 5-5, John. It really could. It could currently be 3-3.
Yeah, it could.
It is 2-1 to Slovenia. Oblak, the goalkeeper, chips it out to this near side. Janza. Lovely flick. Oh, this is good stuff. Brilliant. That was a lovely flick by Malakar. Good pass now. Janza, the left back. He's beaten McMenamin. Low cross. This could be an opportunity, and eventually cleared away by Trey Hume. It could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
So open this game when the ball's in the final thirds. Slovenia have possession inside their own half. Check up on the Denmark score. Still 2-0 to the Danes in Copenhagen against San Marino. Ball is squared to the far side. Slovenia in possession, still inside their own half. It's with Elsnik.
They're just playing it along the back four, trying to take the sting out of it again.
Elsnik, forward by Brekalo. That's a poor ball, easily cut out. Trey Hume inside the Slovenian half. Shea Charles, he beats one. He's loving this, Shea Charles. Yes. Offloads to the goal scorer Isaac Price out to the right hand side. Here goes McMenamin taking on the defender. He's tormented him so far. Gets the cross in. The defender at the near post, Biol, has to block it and put it out for a corner. McMenamin's in terrific form.
I did make the comparison earlier, and it reminds me so much, Michael. He doesn't have to beat the man. All he's looking for is a yard so they can get the cross in. And when he sees that, he puts it in. And for like centre forwards, that's all you want. You know it's coming in, so you can make your run off him all the time.
North Isle corner, right hand side. We've 5 minutes of normal time left to play at the end of the first half, and then goodness knows, pick a number. Here it comes from McMenamin from the corner, curls in, nodded away by the defender. Back to McMenamin, side-footed ball to Kennedy, corner of the penalty area. Price chips it in, looking for a head. He finds a Slovenian head. Price gets the foot in too, but there's nobody there. All in green. Slovenia clear. Forward by Trey Hume, flicked on by Price. Could have again bounced through to Theon Charles. Slovenia have it though in the right back position. Infield to Elsnik. It's such a difficult pitch to control the ball on.
Yeah, it's bubbling for both sides, obviously.
Lakar inside his own half in the centre circle. He's put it behind Janza, the left back. It's on the halfway line. Elsnik, the number 10. And back to the towering Biol. Little angled chip ball forward, easily cut out by Cathcart, but only into the path of Lakar. Heads it. Trey Hume is shoulder charging Explorer. That's fair, says the referee. Northern Ireland have lost it. Real danger here. Šeško turning, twisting, shooting, scoring. What a brilliant finish by Benjamin Šeško. And it's 3-1, 3 minutes before half time. That was world class, and Northern Ireland are in real trouble now.
And the thing again, Michael, I think it's Hume. I will need to see it again, but I'm really sure it's Hume. The ball breaks to him and he doesn't react quickly enough. And I think that's just down to the inexperience. I mean, the lad's only played 4 international games, and no matter what opposition you play, the game is played a lot quicker. And he didn't react quick enough, got caught, and it breaks to him on the edge of the box. And it's a brilliant finish, an absolutely brilliant finish. You can see why everybody's talking about him. He gets a turn on the edge of the box, and maybe Peacock Farrell would think he should have got a hand to it, but I think he sees it very late.
It's not even at the bottom corner. It's wide of Peacock Farrell, who was diving a bit late. Down to his right, and it's 3-1.
I don't think they deserve that, Michael, but having said that, we've defended poorly, which is unlike Northern Ireland. But going forward,
you think back to those opportunities that might have been taken. The McNair chance at the back post, the McMenamin opportunity at the near post. Ifs and buts.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes of normal time left in the first half. Slovenia leading by 3-1. And Šeško's wonderful goal scoring record, 6 goals now in 10 international matches.
I don't think they deserve to be 3-1 down, but that's what happens, when you make mistakes at this level, you get punished for them. When you look at the number of times that McMenamin put the ball in from this right-hand side, and there were scrambles in the box, and they were, All Blacks making good saves to get it away.
Northern Ireland have possession. Johnny Evans inside his own half, far side of the pitch, and all that bounce has gone out of the players, the body language now.
Well, I think, they would like to get in at half-time now, maybe have a breather. And
McMenamin's got 2 defenders around as he's lost possession on the halfway line. Slovenia win the ball back.
just get in at half time, Michael, and settle themselves and, be prepared to go again at the start of the second half. Because if they can nick another goal, they're right back in it again.
Denmark got a third in Copenhagen against San Marino. France still 1-up against the Republic of Ireland. Netherlands 3-0 up on Greece. It's the latest across Europe in Euro qualifying. Maciej Kek, absolutely the most animated he's been so far this evening in his black baseball cap. Michael O'Neill, dark suit and a white open neck shirt, hands in pockets. I wonder what he's made of it all. Now,
look at him
Slovenia
again.
skill
Brilliant.
on the left-hand side.
Brilliant.
That was Sporar and Šeško.
Yeah, a great pair
They've
up
been
front.
the main man, haven't they?
Yeah. There again, look, he's just...
What a great run, though.
Just too
By
easy for him.
Stojanovic. Square ball in from the left-hand side. Picked up, was that it's not a handball, was it?
Offside, was it?
Offside, flag is up,
Yeah, it definitely came up and maybe it hit Charles on the hand, but I think before that the referee, the assistant referee, had his flag up on the other side.
Free kick Northern Ireland inside their own penalty area. We've got 30 seconds of normal time at the end of the first half left to play.
I think the inexperience that we have throughout the team at the minute is hurting us a little bit, but to be honest, Michael, I think you have to bite the bullet here. This is what we're going to have going forward, and I think in time these players will get better. But the first half performance for Shea Charles has been incredible. It's worth watching on its own.
And McManaman's been good too, you have to say.
Been outstanding, yeah. 2 minutes, that's a shock there. 2 minutes.
Only two.
Only two.
Highlights tonight, BBC One Northern Ireland 10:40. Slovenia have possession inside their own half. I think they will go in happy with 3-1 at half time.
Michael will be happy in the sense that going forward we have caused them problems, created good threats, and he'll be very disappointed with the defending, I have to say. Which is, again,
I don't think he'll have many complimentary things to say about the playing surface either.
No, absolutely not. But it's the same for both sides, Michael, so you've got to deal with that.
And it's I say probably no worse than Windsor Park at its worst over the last 5 years. Janza.
And when I look back to the pitches we played on.
Oh, don't you start. The mud heaps of Derby County. Derby County, the baseball ground didn't know a blade of grass between October to May.
Played on sand, didn't they?
Throw in for this Slovenian side, near side, all in white with that odd sort of grey-black stripe. They always seem to reference mountains, don't they, in their team kits.
The beautiful country,
Paddy McNair got his foot on the ball ahead of Andras Sporar and is out of play for a throw in, and we've got 40 seconds left to play. And they can't go for it in the second half because it could end up being 5-1.
Well, I think they basically have to get things tightened up at the back.
Price flicks it on, sliding challenge by Dion Charles. Curling ball out to that left-hand side by Trey Hume. Nicely done by Kennedy, who's impressed as well in this opening 45 minutes. George Saville started well but faded. Here's Kennedy, left-hand side, cross in. Dion Charles trying to twist away from the defender, but the Slovenians have done enough and they've won a free kick, and I think that will be that.
I think their two centre-backs, Bion and Brecalo, have played really, really well for them, whereas ours...
Half-time whistle blown by the Italian referee. Michael O'Neill makes his way off. High drama in the opening 7 minutes. Sporar putting Slovenia in front. 2.5 minutes in. Wonderful goal by Isaac Price to equalise in the 7th minute after All Black had made a terrific save from Matty Kennedy. Stojanovic scored the second for Slovenia, deflecting the ball in off Johnny Evans' foot. Before that, Matty Kennedy free kick just flashed wide of the corner of the net. That could have been 2-1 Northern Ireland. As it was, after 17 minutes, it was 2-1 Slovenia. It got worse for Northern Ireland. Kieran Brown had to go off after sliding in the pitch and hurting himself in the build-up to the goal. McManaman nutmegged his defender, put a shot into the side netting when he could have made it 2-2, and then just 3 minutes before half-time, brilliant skill by Benjamin Šeško to twist and turn and fire the ball into the corner of the net past Billy Peacock Farrell. 3-1, a frantic 47 minutes of football, John O'Neill.
Going forward, Michael, we could have scored 2, possibly 3, and defensively they've been better than us, and that's what's decided the 3-1 scoreline. They've defended well with balls going into the box. They've got 2 giant centre halves in there, and we've got our lads up front, particularly Dion Charles, doesn't have that height. But defensively, we've let ourselves down, and Michael will be disappointed at that. But having said this, I've really enjoyed this.
We've enjoyed the wing play of Matty Kennedy, Conor McManaman, but the star act for Northern Ireland, Shea Charles.
I mean, it's worth watching this. Even if Northern Ireland were going to get beat 5-1 here, it's worth watching his first half performance. It's as good a performance I've seen in a midfield player for a long, long time. And I'm just hoping, that we can get ourselves back in the game, because the performance of the team going forward deserves more than the 3-1 scoreline. But that's international football.
I can't believe this game will finish 3-1. There are more goals here in Ljubljana in the Stadion Stojice. We've enjoyed the first half. We'll get the thoughts of Warren Feeney and Keith Gillespie with Joel Taggart. But here in Slovenia at half-time in Group H in Euro qualifying, it's Slovenia 3, Northern Ireland 1.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Michael. Half-time thoughts from Warren and Keith to come. But first, let's get you the BBC News.
This is Sportsound International Football. Listen live on digital, online or on BBC Sounds.
So welcome back. It's half-time in Ljubljana. Northern Ireland 3-1 down to Slovenia. It's half-time in Paris. The Republic of Ireland 1-0 down to France. Other half-time scores, the Netherlands leading Greece by 3-0. That's in the Republic's group, Group B. And earlier today in Northern Ireland's group, Group H, Kazakhstan lost 1-0 at home to Finland. Finland go top of the group. Denmark are 3-0 up against San Marino at half-time. And the other games, in case any of you are keeping an ear out or an eye out, Poland are drawing 0-0 at home against the Faroe Islands at half-time in Group E. Also in Group E, Czechia 0, Albania 0. And in Group G, Serbia 1, Hungary 2, and earlier today it finished 2-2 between Lithuania and Montenegro. Warren and Keith have been watching the first half with me here in Belfast. What a start to the game. A couple of goals inside 7 minutes. But the disappointing thing, I suppose, Keith, from Northern Ireland's point of view, is all 3 goals are avoidable, aren't they?
Oh, totally. The first one, the ball dropped midfield. I thought maybe Johnny was a little bit too deep, and then went to the ball, didn't know whether to go, and then decided to go and played the lad onside. It's a good finish. The second one, Warren and I were just talking there, I think Kieran Brown's whole body shape was totally wrong when the ball was played long. And then the third one, Matty Kennedy's give it away on the edge of the box. Swing at it and clear it. Don't be losing the ball, just outside your own box, because international football, you get punished.
Yeah, every defender on the pitch, Warren, looks capable of making, but you think there's a mistake coming every time a defender's anywhere near the ball. Now, some of it might be down to the pitch. I don't know what it is, but you just see mistake after mistake, bad touch, bad pass, and to be fair, it's led to a really entertaining 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think it goes down to, and I've said this for a while, you've got to love defending. I think it's I always say the Italians, and me and Keith were talking about Atletico Madrid, we all black before.
A dying art.
It is massively. And you look at that game tonight, as you said, there's a lot mistake after mistake after mistake in both teams. And it summed it up. We and Keith were saying with Brown, whenever he's caught in the wrong position, he's too square, and whenever you're running back looking up in the air, you're in trouble. But on the plus side, I think Conor McManaman's been absolutely outstanding tonight. He's a threat. They don't know where to stick or twist. He's going on the outside, he's going on the inside. That's a real plus. And look, I think the next goal after half time is going to be massive, and let's hope it's for us.
Well, we'll have to get the winger in and let him assess Conor McManaman's performance. What have you made of him so far, Keith?
Yeah, Conor's obviously quite new to international football, but he's deserved this start, with his performances when he's come off the bench, and he's just looked such a threat all night. He's lively, he's nutmegging people, he's creating chances. Great ball for the Northern Ireland goal. So he's full of confidence, and the left back marking him, he's got him every time he gets the ball. So, I'm sure Michael is saying, get the ball to Connor, as quick as you can, because he has the beating of him.
On the ball, Kennedy's done well as well, hasn't he?
He has, yeah, and fair play to him, because, being the sort of left wing back, you're told by the manager, when the ball's on the other side, get in at the back post, and he did that, and, the goalkeeper's made a great save, but, thankfully Price was there to put it in. So, they have been, 2 pluses. Shea Charles has been a plus, but, it goes back to, our defending, and that is one thing that we do well. We do always, normally defend well. And tonight it is, been a bit of a shambles at times.
Michael O'Neill will be furious, because he says before the game about we've only conceded 3 goals in the group so far, and here we are, 3 conceded in 45 minutes. It's so unlike us.
No, 100%. Me and Keith spoke about it, and also it was, I think the first one was in 3 minutes, so maybe the 3's a curse tonight for us. But no, he will be. Michael sets us up and takes pride in what they're doing defending, but it's been a calamity show at times, out of position. And I thought Craig Cathcart, to be fair, when he's come on, he's read situations well, and he's probably had to defend too much. But and Warren, as much as anybody now, down your managerial road, you can set a team up, you can have the best defensive structure and shape that you think you can possibly have, and if 3 people make 3 individual errors, it doesn't matter. Everything that you've done all week goes out the window. No, 100%. And believe it or not, I was a striker, and I think there was a stat yesterday somebody put to me, we've got the most clean sheets. I know it's early days in the league, but I really take pride in my defending more than my attacking. Because I think you always, if you start with a point worse now, you finish with a point, and you're always going to get chances in games. You've got to keep that back door shut first and foremost. And but as you say, it's concentration levels at times for me. Keith touched on Matty Kennedy, clear the ball. You get in at half time, 2-1, you go reset. Was there 10 minutes on the clock?
Just make good decisions.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why top players are top players, and he's just got to clear his lines there and then get the ball up and then get set again. And as I say, just made the wrong decision, and it's cost us. The
3rd goal's a killer, Keith, isn't it? Because at 2-1 you feel like you're really well in the game. We're making openings. McMenamin's having a lot of joy. All of a sudden now you're in that awful position of, if they score in the first 15 minutes of the second half, it could turn into an embarrassing night.
Yeah, I mean,
but you still feel in your heart of hearts that you could get the next goal because you've created so many chances.
Well, exactly. I mean, Michael touched on it before the game. He says we don't create that much, but I think we have actually created a lot tonight. But when that 3rd goal went in, I turned around and says, how are we losing this game 3-1? We've dominated the ball, and we're playing against a decent side away from home, and we don't normally dominate the ball away from home. And we've had more of the ball, we've had more sort of good openings. Balls into the box at times just hasn't dropped us. But that is the thing you sort of think about. Let's hope it's us get the next goal, because if they get the next goal, it's going to be a long night for us.
And because the squad is so light, Warren, the bench is light. It's not as if Michael O'Neill's looking over his shoulder and seeing a lot of players who he knows will definitely come on and change the game in a positive light. I suppose one who has history off the bench of grabbing a goal is Josh McGuinness, to be fair to him.
100%. And I think it summed it up when Craig come on. I don't think he's played this season, but we knew this. But Josh, you know what you're going to get out of Josh, and
I think there's a stat that does the rounds. A fair few of his goals have actually been as a substitute off the bench.
Well, there's nothing worse for a defender when you see someone of what Josh, because he's going to do. He's going to get in your face. He's going to run. And
if you've 2 wingers, you're going to put the ball in the box for him as well.
And you know what? I was just saying, I'd like to see. I know Connor's getting a lot of joy down the right hand side, but if you did, I'd put Josh on and I'd put him out in the left, and just because he's got that great whip where he doesn't need to beat anyone. He showed us twice, and Keith will tell you as a winger, and he played with him. I thought David Beckham, everyone talked about, but David Beckham could bend it round you, could bend it inside you. And looking at Connor tonight, with the 2 crosses he's put in the box, one the goal, the other one very unlucky. Keeper Oblak does well, and with that, for 5-10 minutes after half time, I'd be giving them the ball as much as possible and just telling them to put balls in that box, because you can see those. They're very, very suspect at defending. But I think the next goal's massive.
one of the nice parts of the night, Keith, is that that innocent joy, if you like, of Isaac Price when he scores the goal. To see a young player, what we hope is very early in what will be a successful international career, to have that unbelievable moment, it sort of takes you back a bit, doesn't it? It's almost like a throwback. Here we go. Just seeing on the monitor, double change. So Washington and McGuinness both coming on. What do we make of that? It's positive, isn't it?
What, did we see
Kennedy off?
Well, that's obviously surprising because, maybe Michael has just looked at that, him giving away the third goal.
And
I think
Dion
it's harsh
Charles,
on him.
He wasn't really in the game.
Yeah, Dion Charles, you can understand that one. Kennedy, I'm not so sure, but we've got we've two lads here up front where hopefully get the balls into the box.
Let's see if that makes a difference. No changes in the commentary box. John O'Neill and Michael McNamee.
No, we are here and watching as Northern Ireland are about to play from right to left, and Washington is on and McGuinness is on. So double change with Dion Charles and Matty Kennedy making well. Give you the teams in a second. Good header won by Sheshko. It's all the way through to Billy Peacock Farrell in goal. And it's McNair, Evans and Cathcart at the back. Cathcart on as a substitute for Brown after 20 minutes. It's Hume, Shea Charles, Saville, and the man who's
Washington
just come on, Washington, with McManaman and McGuinness. So Washington's on the left hand side, McGuinness is through the middle, McManaman's on the right hand side. John O'Neill.
Yeah, I think it's a good ploy to bring McGuinness on. I think, as both of the lads in half-time says, it McManaman's getting some great crosses into the box, and their two centre halves have dominated everything, set pieces and corners. Well, now they're going to have to contend with McGuinness on front, and I think this will be a different story. And whether he wins it or whether we just get knockdowns in and around the box, I think will cause them problems and create chances for us. Again, slightly surprised that Kenny had gone off. I thought he was playing considerably well, but to me it must be just a tactical change.
Saville gives the ball back to Billy Peacock Farrell, all in blue, away to our right hand side. 4 of Josh McGuinness's 10 international goals have come as a substitute. Denmark 3 up at half time against San Marino. Long ball forward, Washington trying to get in the end of it, cleared by the big Slovenian defenders. I'll give you their team in just a second. Shea Charles winning the ball for Northern Ireland, but he's shown too much of that to Sporar, the scorer of the opening goal inside 2.5 minutes. Slovenia all in white, playing from left to right. Northern Ireland have coughed up possession inside the centre circle now. There's Slovenian down on the far side of the pitch. Trey Hume has won a tackle back. At the minute, Slovenia are down to 10 men. They've got the Oblak in goal, a back four of Krničnik. They've put the ball out of play for treatment. Brekalo, Bijol and Janza left back, Stojanovic, Cherin, Elsnik and Mlakar, with Sporar and Šeško up front. And we're just seeing a bit of a replay of the challenge. Shea Charles on.
Didn't see too much there,
Sporar, but Sporar's back on his feet and play will resume with Slovenia 3-1 up. Reminder, the other substitutes in the Northern Ireland bench, 2 goalkeepers, are Hazard and Southwood. Inexperienced defenders in Spencer and Toll. Paul Smith is back at the squad. Jordan Jones, Jordan Thompson, Ali McCann, Brad Lyons waiting for his debut. Cathcart and McGuinness already on.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland have now gone to a back 4. They've got McNair right back.
And there are 2 Slovenians down.
I don't believe he's
and
just
there's a yellow
a
card for Isaac Price for the challenge on Janza. So Isaac Price has gone into the referee's notebook.
From what I can gather, and we're very low down.
Sporar is down as well.
But I think Northern Ireland have gone to a back 4 of McNair, Cathcart, Evans, and Hume on the left-hand side.
Like that, yeah. Seeing the replay, Janza still down.
I think we're going to get a lot of this now, Michael. They're 3-1 up. They know that they've been having problems.
It was Cathcart with Sporar, and Sporar claiming that Cathcart nodded the back of his head. We're seeing the Price. It was a bit of a wild challenge by Isaac Price.
Yeah, but I'm not sure he made much contact either.
Janza made the most of it.
I think they're going to do this. They're going to try and disrupt the game and make it as impossible for Northern Ireland to get into any rhythm, because they were certainly doing well going forward. But again, both Warren and and Keith said it at half time, you've got to get the ball to McMenamin, and you've got to make sure that he keeps doing what he was doing the whole of the first half, particularly now that he's got the height of Josh McGuinness up front.
Washington, of course, scored his first international goal against Slovenia. Craig Cathcart made his first international appearance against Slovenia. And Josh McGuinness is winning his 72nd cap. And he's got 10 international goals. And this is going to add more additional time to the end of the game. We'll be here all
night, Michael.
And we're seeing the VAR line for the Šeško goal.
I'm surprised they actually showed that, because I didn't think there was any doubt about it, to be honest.
3-1 it is. Janza is limping off on the far side. Matthias Keck is very demonstrative at the edge of his technical area, all in black. Keck is watching as Janza. Is he going to come back on? Not far side. He's squatting, he's back on his feet, and I think he's fit to continue. Well, there's sort of 4 minutes to be added on. Free kick to Slovenia. This second half hasn't really got started yet. Poor touch by Cathcart, giving the ball away on that far side to Šeško. Here comes Slovenia, as the boys were saying at half-time. Lovely flick, and this off the crossbar. What a wonderful move, volleyed against Shea Charles. That was off the bar. Could have easily been 4-1 5 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, but again,
brilliant skill by the Slovenians to set up the chance. It hasn't gone yet, though. Here's Malakar on the left-hand side, cross in from the left and away by Johnny Evans. We'll have a look at it in the monitor.
But Joel said it in the first half. You know, the manager can do nothing when three different players make three individual mistakes, and Cathcart just totally loses on the edge of the box.
It was a wonderful flick by Šeško,
but it should never got to that stage, Michael. Cathcart had the ball on the edge of the box. All he had to do is clear it. He totally miskicks it. Now, it's a great bit of play by Šeško, coming in along the edge. You know, it was a back heel along the touch line, and the ball comes across and he thumped it against the bar, and that's a big let off. But again, that's an individual mistake.
Well, Sporar, who hit the bar, it's probably still vibrating. Here is Elsendick. Poor clearance by Johnny Evans, and clearance completed by Shea Charles. It's still 3-1. Sporar hit the bar 5 minutes into the second half, and their number 2, Karničnik, who's barely featured so far, finds Elsendick. They're looking for the fourth goal, Slovenia, and it should be Billy Peacock Farrell's ball, and is.
Yeah, it was a poor ball by I think it was Šeško in there, but it could be the pitch again, Michael. It's just bobbled up in the air for him.
Šeško and Sporar,
a good front two.
Class act, aren't they?
Yeah, as good as I've seen for a while now.
Cathcart, who filled in for Johnny Evans in 2010. Johnny Evans a late pull-out. Cathcart won his first cap in Maribor in that 1-0 win when Johnny's brother Corey Evans scored. I think was it his first competitive touch off the bench?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. Cathcart was almost at the corner flag, and myself and Joel were saying, well, what's he doing up there? Like, you know.
That was a famous 1-0 away win in an era where there weren't too many away wins for Northern Ireland. Feels something similar now. Forward by Johnny Evans, left by Washington, crunching challenge on Shea Charles.
Yeah, I mean, that's a booking.
He's a big, strong fella, Shea Charles.
He is.
Or that was McGuinness, apologies. Bounces back on his feet, and it is the free kick. It'll be taken by Shea Charles. McGuinness won the free kick. Charles standing over it just outside the centre circle, and Shea Charles looking now as Johnny Evans jogs forward. McMenamin's come close. Price is on the right hand side. Paddy McNair's on the right as well. He plays it short to McMenamin. McMenamin chips it up, looking for McGuinness. Nodded away as far as Johnny Evans, who's going to hit it. He's going to hit it eventually, and he hits it into the net. It takes a deflection, so there's a deflection that works in Johnny Evans' favour, and it's 3-2. We've played 8 minutes in the second half. He was eventually going to hit it. He scored his 6th international goal, and this game is back in the mix. It's Slovenia 3, Northern Ireland 2. Captain Evans with a goal.
They took the free kick, and then to McMenamin. McMenamin was looking for, I think, Josh McGuinness in the back post. He didn't win it. The centre half won it, but not completely. It fell down to Evans. Here goes, say, hit it first time. He didn't get the first shot off. Then he got it onto his right foot, but it takes an awful deflection.
Took a deflection off Biol.
We'll take it.
Deflected off Biol, 3-2.
Again, shocking defending on their part.
Control yourself, John. The way took a loopy deflection off Bayall and beat All Black. They'll probably go up the pitch now and score a fourth. Slovenia. Here's the number 22 Cherin. And they've told the right back to get forward more in the second half. Cherin trying to slot it through. Evans away. So Evans' sixth international goal. His fifth match against Slovenia. Just missed that one where his brother scored. Cleared upfield by All Black. It's made it interesting, isn't it?
I was just going to say, in the real game, Michael, defending is actually a lot easier than scoring goals, but you wouldn't think about it in this one.
France have got a second goal against the Republic of Ireland. France, they lead by 2-0. It's 3-2 here. Denmark still 3-0 against San Marino in Northern Ireland's Group H.
Their manager must be pulling his hair out, because if they win this game, they're putting themselves in a great position. And if they blow it, they will dear by it.
Northern Ireland score a minute after Slovenia crashed the ball against the crossbar. Lovely skill by Shea Charles. Charles inside his own half, hooks it forward, looking for the run from Conor Washington. I don't scare him defending by Slovenia. That's Isaac Price. He's going to have to be careful. He's on the yellow card. He jumped and fell all over the Slovenian player. They're looking now for a fourth. They're in on goal. Could be four. Sporer goes wide, and he scored the fourth. It's 4-2, and a second of the night for Andras Sporer. Again, he beat the offside trap so easily. There are 10.5 minutes gone in the second half. It's a 6-goal match. It's Slovenia 4, Northern Ireland 2.
I mean, you got to look at Trey Hume's position here, Michael. I don't know what he's doing. Sporer makes a run straight across him, and the easiest thing in the world, if he stays with him, he doesn't score. Now, I don't know if he just tries to play. He doesn't even see him. He doesn't see him.
He does well, Sporer, to get past Hume and past the goalkeeper.
But that's the type of player. He's going to take that chance, but he should never have got himself in that position.
Goodness me.
Another terrible piece of defending. And Hume's down here in front of us, Michael, and we're that close to the pitch. You can see his
body language.
Can't stop shaking his head there. He knows he should have done that. He's totally lost where he was. And Sporer threatened to go on him on the outside and cut in him on the inside, and he totally lost him. And again, I keep saying it, you don't get the time to recover when you're playing at international level. Not against the likes of these two front players that they have.
My 0-0 prediction is looking more and more ludicrous by the minute. Long ball forward, looking for Isaac Price, jumping about like a puppet on strings, and it's out of play for a goal kick.
What are we? We're 50, 56, 57 minutes. I still don't think we've seen the end of the goals.
Johnny Evans having a full and frank exchange of opinions with Trey Hume. Trey Hume is giving as good as he's getting. It's 4-2 Slovenia, and that's a foul by Shea Charles, and that could be a yellow card.
Nasty one, I think that's just frustration.
Shea Charles goes into the book.
Yeah, he's just clipped his heels as he's gone past. I mean, that was a booking. But Michael, we've spoke about it, when we've been together off air and whatnot. Defending, the art of defending is gone.
Well, you've got an unlikely ally on Warren Feeney there, back in the studio.
Yeah, gone. So
Shea Charles joins Isaac Price. But we still not on a Slovenian yellow card. It's astonishing.
And I think Warren,
Jeremy O'Carroll and Michael O'Neill deep in conversation about possible changes.
I think Warren, just pointed that out as well. But my good friend Chris Nicholl, who I played with when I came into the international side, and he basically said to me, you're a defender. You've got to enjoy defending, because that's what you do, and you've got to do it well.
Thuram got that second French goal against the Republic. It's 4-2 here. Sporer's on a hat-trick. The occasion of his, he's now on 10 international goals. Isaac Price got his first in the first half. Saville on the left-hand side gives it to Washington. Conor Washington, right-footed cross to the back post. It beats everybody out of play.
It's the right idea, and McGuinness and Charles, I think, were at the back post, or certainly it was McGuinness, and the ball just eluded him. But we've got to use his height. But the thing about it is, we haven't seen McManaman on the ball, Michael, in the second half, which surprises me. You've got to be saying, you've got to get the ball out to him, because he tore them apart in the first half, and he hasn't had a chance to run it to full back. And we're 10 minutes into the second half.
Well, 13.5 minutes in.
It's 13.5, is it?
Yep. And it's 4-2 Slovenia. Cathcart, first half substitute for Kieran Brown, hoists it along.
Look at this, it's awful.
Bounces all over the place, eventually flicked and bundled away by Slovenia.
That's just a big boot up the park. And they're struggling to defend it.
But Sporar and Šeško, if they keep this form, they will score against anybody in this group.
Michael, look, at the end of the day, we've said it when, down through the years. The difference being is that these teams have got strikers. You take those two onto our side and we're 4 or 5 up. No doubt about that, and that's the difference. We just can't find the strikers of those calibre.
And bear in mind, there are 11 outfield players missing through injury for Northern Ireland. They've coughed up possession once more. Here come the men in white. Northern Ireland all in green. There's a run going on by Stojanovic, who got that deflected goal. Attempted back flick. Isaac Price could keep this in play. Saville, that's a terrific ball by Saville. Washington down the left hand side, number 9 on his back, taking the defender on, trying to get round past him. Washington's done well and he's won the corner. A good challenge in the end by Brekalo.
Yeah, that's great play by Washington, and we know he can do that, Michael. He's got the pace. If he gets 1-1 against the centre half, he will try and do him on the outside. The disappointing thing about it is if he gets round that, Josh McGuinness is the only one in the box, because Price, who played the original ball, I think is tiring now, and he couldn't make that run to get into the box.
Washington missed those games in June. He's now playing for Derby County. Northern Ireland corner on the left hand side. McMenamin will take it. McGuinness is in there. Johnny Evans is in there. Here comes the ball from McMenamin. Shea Charles wins the header, volleyed away by, of all people, Sporar. 4 yards from his own goal line, nodded forward by Trey Hume, looking for Paddy McNair on the right hand side, controlled on this crumbly surface. Not easy, but Northern Ireland do work the ball back to Trey Hume inside his own half. It's 4-2 Slovenia. Long ball, and it's a nice flick header on by Josh McGuinness, and a foul. Well, it was a tired looking Conor McMenamin with down. Referee didn't give the free kick. Michael O'Neill with his arms out, can't believe it. The Italian referee Marco Guida not favouring Northern Ireland. He has a word with the fourth official. Here comes Slovenia looking for a 5th goal on the left hand side. Sporer's on a hat-trick, and here he is on the ball on the left. Back to Janza, who's made a miraculous recovery. Gets the ball in. He's looking for the man at the back post, to Stojanovic, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a foul of McMenamin down in this left hand corner, and Michael O'Neill is making his feelings to the fourth official. But I know there's been a directive that's gone out, Michael, but they're trying to sort of stamp out players going down too easily. But I think that was a foul.
Never directives in your day, John. Big fella in a all black outfit and a whistle. A couple of his mates as well.
Oh dear.
Bailey Peacock Farrell all in blue away to our right. Green and white army in that corner nearest us, in the right corner of this ground, the stadion.
See, this does my head in, Michael. It really does.
They're giving the ball away, Northern Ireland. Here comes Slovenia again on that left-hand side. It's kept in by Malakar.
We have a goal kick there, and he's got Johnny Evans and Craig Cathcart either side of the 6-yard box. They don't play it, so he decides to kick it.
Stojanovic inside the Northern Ireland half, spread by Cherin out to this right-hand side. Karnichnik, the right back, inside of Stojanovic, keeping possession. Cherin, Elznik looking for that pass down the left-hand side. Good interception with the head of Conor McMenamin out of play.
But the point I was making, Michael, if he kicks the ball, they win it.
Johnny Evans about to come on.
Yeah, Johnny Evans and Craig Cathcart are too far back. They should be pushed up to the halfway line, win the second ball, and we go and play. But because they're standing with Bailey Peacock Farrell when he kicks the ball, Slovenians just come right back at us again. It really does annoy me. I don't understand that. If you're not going to kick the ball, push everybody up, get up to the halfway line before Peacock Farrell kicks the ball.
Ali McCann on for his 19th cap. He's going to replace the goal scorer, the opening goal scorer for Northern Ireland, Isaac Price.
Yeah, I think on the last
he's got
run,
28
Michael,
minutes in which to impress.
I think on the last run you could see that Price was running out of a little bit of steam.
So Ali McCann, that one goal against Malta. Sure, he'd love to score a competitive goal here in Ljubljana, but Slovenia have got this throw-in on the left-hand side. They're all in white, playing from left to right. Josh McGuinness on as a half-time substitute, wins the throw-in on that far side for Northern Ireland. No sign of any changes for Slovenia as yet. Matthias Kek white socks and thick white-soled trainers.
Yeah, I think they may keep the subs till later on to try and kill the game, the last 10 minutes or so, Michael.
Bear in mind we could have 10 minutes of additional time, John.
Yeah, that's true.
Still 2-0 France, and still 3-0 Denmark against San Marino in Group H, Northern Ireland's group. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff our time tomorrow for Kazakhstan, Northern Ireland coverage, Radio Ulster and BBC Sounds 1:30.
We're getting bogged down again. I think we've lost this a little bit. We just cannot get the ball to McMenamin at all.
Shea Charles has found Ali McCann. There's loads of room for McCann on the right hand side. McGuinness and Washington waiting for the ball. Infield now to Shea Charles. Charles, run continued by McMenamin. It's to Trey Hume. Hume to the left hand side where Saville is going to drill this ball into the back post. Fantastic defensive header by Brekalo at the near post.
That was a great header because Josh McGuinness is coming in the back of that and he would have buried that. Great defensive header again.
That was good defending.
Yeah.
Header won by McNair. Here goes Shea Charles on the right hand side. McMenamin's attempted cross is cut out. Northern Ireland throw in on the far side. We've played 20 minutes in the second half. It's Slovenia 4, Northern Ireland 2.
Well, we're playing ourselves back into a little bit here and putting them under a little bit of sustained pressure. Oh, it's the first bad pass Charles has given.
Chested down by McCann, who's looked lively since coming on. The flag is up though.
What? That amazes me.
Offside against Saville.
That's a strange decision. I think he gave it off offside against McMenamin for coming back, but it was one of those ones, Michael, we don't get it until 2 minutes later.
I think it was Saville.
It was Saville that chested it down, yeah.
Started in a offside position. And BBC One Northern Ireland highlights tonight 10:40 of this match. Will it finish 4-2? 25 minutes left to play. High in the night sky here in Ljubljana.
I've never seen as many defenders miss kick a ball in my life. Everything's been hooked.
Very high bounce in this pitch, and Saville starts 2 falls or a submission by Petar Stojanovic. Saville, who he's got a bit of a temper on him.
Yeah, he has.
He's approaching the 50 cap mark and he's come close to scoring for Northern Ireland but hasn't quite achieved it yet. And Northern Ireland have possession with Johnny Evans, the captain, inside his own half to Cathcart, across to McNair. Looks like we're back to a back three. Long ball, that's a throw ball forward. Josh McGuinness putting the defender under pressure. Ali McCann's come across. That's a terrible ball out of play. Easy, free throw in for Northern Ireland when they really didn't deserve it. And they'll take it on the right hand side. And McNair will get the ball back. Nearest option is Craig Cathcart. He's still inside the Slovenian half. Chips it, looking for McGuinness.
Oh, centre half done brilliant. He's
volleyed away by Slovenia.
He's just
Johnny Evans pulling at Sporar and conceding the free kick inside the centre circle.
That was great play by both centre back, by the centre back here and the centre forward was, actually winning the free kick off the referee.
Stojanovic on the right hand side for Slovenia. They're looking for the fifth, and that's a high wide header by Andras Sporar, who's got 2 goals already tonight.
He just couldn't get underneath it. He got in a little bit too early. So they've gone. Northern Ireland gone to back three again. The looks of it.
It's difficult to tell. McNair sort of occasionally at right back, wing back,
and then Hume, disappears over into the middle of the park sometimes.
They're playing it out from the back. This is potentially
madness.
Disastrous.
Absolute madness.
Really, Peacock Farrell
and then we
playing
put
McNair into a corner, and he slices it out of play.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We didn't do that the whole first half.
Well, it must have taken a touch off of Slovenian because it's an
we got away with a throw in then. But
still the ball on the 18-yard line for Northern Ireland. Johnny Evans. Home fans are enjoying it. Orchestrated clapping. They're convinced they're heading back to their 3rd European Championships since their first ever qualifier 29 years ago today, that 1-1 draw with Italy. Northern Ireland have that famous away victory in Hungary on the 7th September, that famous win against England.
Yeah.
And the famous thrashing by Erling Haaland and his mates. What was that, 3 years ago?
Yeah. That's when we first heard of him, Michael.
That's right.
Yeah, we thought, my God, this guy's a player as well.
He can play a wee bit, this big fella.
Yeah.
It's back with Jan Oblak.
I think he probably gave Johnny Evans' most difficult international match ever that night.
Takes a flick off Stojanovic. And that's out of play on this near side of the park.
Well, I suppose it's realistic to think, Michael, that the pace of the game has totally dropped from what it was in the first half.
Throw in on this near side for Slovenia. Yeah, well, 7 September 2020. Northern Ireland 1, Norway 5. Sorlot and Haaland both getting a couple of goals each. Here, Slovenia leading by 4 goals to 2. That's been the least interesting portion of the game. The last sort of 10 minutes.
Yeah, it has. It's
died down a wee bit.
Died down a bit. I think we've stopped doing what we were doing well in the first half. I don't know whether that's tired legs, but I mean, it's blatantly obvious, Michael. We haven't got the ball to Conor McMenamin. He hasn't had a run at the fullback at all, and he's standing over there with his arm in the air, and he just can't get a hold of the ball.
Shea Charles on the halfway line. Here is McMenamin on that right hand side. Infield to Shea Charles. Options on the left of Saville and Washington. Gives it Ali McCann. Johnny Evans is inside the centre circle. Does get it to Saville. Saville's got a defender in front of him. Gives the ball and gets it back from Trey Hume.
Oh, well played.
Hume, there's room in front of him.
Great
That's a nice ball to Washington. Corner of the penalty area. Good tackle coming in from the right back. Slovenia win possession back. Immediately Ali McCann is buzzing round, that little blonde-haired fella.
Well.
And he's done well to win the ball back. Washington finding McMenamin. Left-hand side now. Washington's there. Can McMenamin get the cross in? He scoops it out to Shea Charles. Northern Ireland looking to get the game back to 4-3. Paddy McNair has won the throw-in on the far side.
He's kicked it off him. Yeah. That was unlucky because we tried down the left-hand side. They defended it well. We brought it back out, switched it over to the right-hand side, but unfortunately McNair tried to take it off the defender, and I think it's bobbled back off him for a Slovenian throw.
So we've 20 minutes left of normal time here in Ljubljana. 4-2 to the home side. And they're going to be keeping the pressure on Denmark and Kazakhstan and Finland.
Yeah, it's
Northern Ireland, I would say, will be out of it.
Yeah,
I don't know mathematically, but
I don't think mathematically, maybe, no. Michael, but realistically, no, I don't think so.
Effectively, if you take San Marino out and regard it as a 5-team group, Northern Ireland would be at no points at the bottom of the table. So it's all about the future. It's all about the future World Cup and Nations League campaigns to come.
Yeah.
As the long ball forward just bounces aimlessly into the hands of Jan. All black, all in. Bright orange away to our left with white gloves.
We know, how poor a first campaign Michael O'Neill did have.
Yep.
And
we don't mention the word Luxembourg anymore,
do we? No, we do not. Absolutely not. But I think even then, Michael, you saw maybe some green shoots of
recovery.
Yeah. And you could say that tonight again. Some of the performances have been excellent. The defendant's been desperate.
Long ball forward by Slovenia. Header won by McNair and put out of play by Craig Cathcart on the far side. I think there's going to be another Northern Ireland change. Somebody's hiding behind that blue awning down in front of us.
I think Craig Cathcart is struggling here.
So what's the option? Toll or Spencer? Yeah,
one of the two. Probably Toll, I would think, wouldn't it be?
Well, let's see. Well, the Slovenians are making a change. And they're Michael O'Neill's, I think, having a conversation with.
You think it's Cathcart? I think it's Cathcart, because Johnny Evans was sort of pointing in that part of the field.
The hugely experienced midfielder Yasmin Kurtic is coming on for his 84th cap, wearing number 14, and he's waiting to come on. And there's huge discussions on the Northern Ireland bench as to what they're going to do, whether they do need to make another change. And Kurtic is coming on for the Malakar for the remaining 17 minutes.
Nobody seems to know down there who's injured or not.
Surely it should be coming from the captain. Michael O'Neill standing.
It's Cathcart. He sat down now.
Yeah. Words O'Neill and
injuries.
Dermot O'Carroll.
Yeah, and injuries just keep.
So we've no idea whether Ballard is available for Sunday.
Well,
we've no idea whether Brown is available for Sunday.
He definitely needs Ballard back, I would think. I don't know if Brown's injury looked quite
Cathcart
serious.
is sitting down on the ground.
Yeah.
Kurtic is finally replacing Jan Blackheart.
It's a shame, Michael. The game's dwindling away to nothing after such an exciting first half.
It's fizzled out, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it suits them right down to the ground. We can't get any sort of momentum going here. They have that
Slovenians all
2-goal
coming
lead.
across to take on Water on this near side. Northern Ireland, little knot of players around Craig Cathcart. I'm sure the Belgian team he's just joined aren't enjoying these pictures.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's been signed to shore up a defensive team at the bottom of the league after 6 matches where they're letting in goals willy-nilly, and he's currently sitting on the ground.
It looks
feeling his.
It looks like a calf, or sorry, like his groin. Looks like his groin is hurting. You know. Just seeing Evans' goal again.
A big loopy deflection.
They all count.
Slovenians are convinced they've got this one in the bag. We're about to see Paul Smith come on.
Yeah.
So we've seen the revival of Matty Kennedy's career. Is this the revival of Paul Smith's career? He'll be 26 on Sunday, and he's going to only win his 4th cap, but it is his competitive debut. The man who got that famous goal 4 minutes into his debut against South Korea in 2019. They did the bounce and the twist and the flip in celebration. But he's back at QPR for a second go after impressing at Leyton Orient. And so Cathcart is off and Paul Smith is on. So is that Paddy McNair or Saville?
Is it Saville he's talking to, or is Charles going to go in there? It's hard to see.
Charles, of course, has played at centre back. So Smith is on, wearing number 8.
Yeah, I think it's Shea Charles has gone into the right back spot.
It's Matthias Kek's birthday on Saturday. Interesting, nobody apart from his family, I suppose. Here comes his team looking for a 5th goal. We've still got 15 minutes left to play, but I would say a good 6-7 additional minutes so far with those stoppages. Slovenia can't clear it. Trey Hume does, and it's nodded forward by Ali McCann. An awful bounce, and Josh McGuinness has been caught. I think he accidentally caught Brekalo.
Yeah,
that just showed the awful nature of the pitch. It was like a beach ball.
Yeah.
Brekalo is down. Josh McGuinness is down. Saville's making a point to the referee. Cathcart is receiving a word and a handshake with Michael O'Neill.
I think he's going to book Josh McGuinness here. Josh McGuinness is saying, me?
McGuinness is sort of limping and getting back to his feet.
I don't know why he's. I don't know why. Oh, I think he's booking him for making a back for the lad.
So was that a yellow for McGuinness?
Yeah, I think he got a yellow for that. Yeah, I think he's unfortunate that he did.
You show a yellow, yeah?
I think he did, Michael. Well, he definitely had the yellow in his hand. Whether he changed his mind or not, I'm not sure. But he definitely had a yellow in his hand.
I'm not sure. 13 minutes of normal time, plus a fair amount of additional time to be played. Still 4-2 Slovenia. And it's all sort of broken up the second half,
isn't it? Yeah. You know, it's typical with the games now where we have 5 substitutes on either side. That
Northern Ireland's got to believe they can get a 3rd goal here and get something out of this match.
Absolutely, they've got to sort of try and get themselves together now. But everything they do has been disrupted,
and all these additional injuries not helping. Johnny Evans still deep inside his own half. He's beaten 1, he's beaten 2, trying to link up with McGuinness, who's gone to the floor. Shea Charles on the right hand side for Northern Ireland, 15 yards inside the Slovenian half. He's lost the ball. Was it out of play? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
This is more like the Northern Ireland matches we've been used to watching.
I mean, this is an awful game now. You know, totally different game from the first half. But as I say,
Paul Smith's out on the right hand side now.
Slovenia's not bothered. See, I'm not sure now if we go into a back 4 again with Ray Charles. Shea Charles at right back.
So many different formations this season. Northern Ireland throw in will be taken by Ray Shea Charles. And he's walked forward about 6 yards. I think the home fans have spotted that.
Yeah, I think so.
Before the match officials.
He's still
in the back.
What a waste of time.
Header now falls to the feet of Ali McCann on the right hand side. Paul Smith has lost possession. Here come the Slovenians. Sporar, but it's Not a good ball through. Johnny Evans back to the goalkeeper, Billy Peacock Farrell.
He's done well, because that was
the ball was
bobbling
all the way. Hume's giving it back to him, and left-footed. Put his laces through the ball up to the halfway line. McGuinness backing into the defender. McGuinness goes down and wins the free kick. Well done, Josh.
He's good at that, I have to say. It was half a dozen to one or six to the other.
Trey Hume trying to get the ball back. I don't think Northern Ireland have the rub of the green in terms of the yellow cards.
No, they haven't. They definitely haven't. Homer
Saville standing over this 5 yards inside the Slovenian half. Still Denmark 3 up against San Marino. Still 2-0 France Republic. McMenamin back into Trey Hume. Johnny Evans on the halfway line for Northern Ireland squares the ball to Paddy McNair. McNair looks up. McMenamin's forward, jumping forward, flicks it into the path of Washington. Washington now with a defender by him, left hand corner flag. Trey Hume's the nearest outlet, but he does well to find McMenamin. McMenamin turning as well. Britt does well, and he wins the corner. Well done, both Washington and McMenamin.
First time we really seen McMenamin on the ball and been able to have a go at the fullback. Washington did very well, and the two of them, between them, won the corner down this left-hand side.
Now, a goal here would make for an interesting last 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
McMenamin with it, left-hand side. Everybody's up for Northern Ireland, barring the goalkeeper and Trey Hume. Here comes the corner. Evans nods it down and nearly swept into the corner by Paul Smith. He didn't make a clean contact and an easy take for All Blacks.
Should have scored, Michael. It was a great header down by Johnny Evans, and this fall right to him. And he just doesn't make enough contact on it. It was an easy save for All Black, but
big chance.
If he gets any power behind that, the goalkeeper's not saving it. That's the chance. And as I said earlier in the second half, that falls to those two strikers. That's buried, Michael.
Well, Shesko twisted and turned and fired in the net.
Yeah, from
Smith
just
turned,
inside the box. He's inside
didn't get
the
a clean contact.
box.
That's great from Trey Hume to beat his man down the left-hand side. He's going in a wonderful run, Trey Hume, going forward. Ball infield to Connor Washington. Smith is out there on the right-hand side. This is Shea Charles, though. This is now Paul Smith up against his man. He skipped past him. He's got the ball to the back post. Washington nods it into the hands of the goalkeeper. McGuinness nods it into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
McGuinness didn't get power into it, and it hit it, nodded it down. McGuinness looks to the sky. He did well to get away from his marker, Josh McGuinness.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too high, and he's backing on to it, Michael. It's a little bit too high for him. Instead of being able to attack the ball, he's having to back away from it to try and get the head on it, and then lost the power. But what great play by Smith out there. He skinned the fullback.
Just these little flashes of encouragement. A fine tackle by Trey Hume.
I've never seen Northern Ireland create so many chances. Never. And unfortunately, we just can't score. We talked about the game against Germany, Michael, where the chances fell there and we didn't take them either. Yeah.
Here come the Slovenians on the right-hand side. 8 minutes of normal time left, plus I would say a fair chunk of additional stoppage time and minutes. It's been a lovely evening here. The lights are on in the stadium.
Oh, great tackle.
And Saville's done brilliant. He's been penalised. That wasn't a foul.
He might have caught him just in the back of the Achilles, but he was
Michael O'Neill shaking his head. He's furious.
Yeah, I think that was the substitute come on, wasn't it? I think Courage. He got away with one there. But you're right, Michael. If they could get a goal, it would be an interesting last 10 or 15
Poor clearance
minutes.
by All Black. He didn't make clean contact. He was lucky. It bounced through to the man with the most pristine white shirt, Yasmin Kurtic, the substitute. And it's now with Brekalo, who's been in the wars. He's got a fairly scuffed and muddy jersey. Home fans doing the whatever bouncy dance that they do in these parts, and Smith has won the ball back. Poor by Slovenia. Here comes Smith, right hand side, squares it. Poor ball, easily cut out.
He needed to do better. He did well to make the break, coming into the box, but he's got to get it past that first defender. He's got to lift it over him. Washington's right there, and McGuinness is behind him again.
If it pulled it further back, Saville was
it's just
on the 18-yard line.
Didn't get his head up and had a look, Michael.
Ball's out of play. Northern Ireland throw in, still 4-2. 4-2 they trail. This surely used to call for a long throw from McGuinness.
That's not a bad throw either.
Looking for McGuinness. Nodded down and straight at the goalie by Conor McMenamin.
Again, I think he's surprised that the ball's actually got that far. And I think it's more a case of it hit him on the head than he headed it. Oh, again, that's another chance we should have scored.
Is that Paul Smith with a throw in?
It was, yeah, I think it was.
He throws it a long way
It
for
was
a little
long
fella,
throw,
doesn't he? There's 3 chances in 3 minutes, John.
Thanks.
They're about to make a double change, offside flag up against Slovenia. And they're about to make a double change. The home team, Vipotnik is coming on. Got the winner in Kazakhstan. Former Maribor man who scored a lot of goals. Got a big move to Bordeaux, coming on for his 5th cap. And also the fellow who shares the birthday with a coach, Yuri Balkovic, who's also celebrating a birthday this Saturday. He'll be 29, coming on for his 30th cap.
Šeško's off.
And Šeško's off. He's done his work for the night with one of the goals, and the other man off is the fellow who was in the wars earlier, Eric Janza, the left back.
He was given a rough
He was given a bit of a run around by McMenamin.
Yeah.
So Balkovic is on for 5 minutes plus. Whatever that plus is, we will soon find out. 4-0 Denmark now against San Marino.
We were talking about all the wonder results on the group. Well, that's really put that out the window, wouldn't it?
Northern Ireland free kick play will resume with Johnny Evans playing the ball back to Billy Peacock Farrell. Away to our right. Billy Peacock Farrell is
We're messing about here.
20 yards out of his penalty area. Finally gets it to McNair. 12,587 from the stadium. I find that quite hard to believe in the number of empty seats, but there you are. 12,500 in the stadium here in Ljubljana. The majority of them, I suspect, will be going home happy, unless there's high drama in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Charles goes past.
Charles has gone past one
there,
man,
Michael.
past second, past third.
He's
like a school kid. Wonderful ball to McMenamin inside the penalty area. McMenamin on his right foot shoots. Great save, Oblak. Conor McMenamin can't believe it.
Another great
wonderful save.
But again, Charles from the right back position just waltzes all the way up the pitch, gets halfway inside it, finds a great ball to McMenamin. He cuts inside, gets a great shot, and Oblak makes another great save. Oh, he's done it again, mate. Oh, unlucky.
Smith on the right-hand side, as I was noting down that chance.
Yeah, he's just
out of play for a goal kick.
Done the full back, and his touch just took it a little bit.
See that opportunity again for McMenamin. Cuts in, right foot, curls it.
That's a good save. And unfortunately, the green and white shirts coming in, it's just gone in between both of them.
He really caught it, McMenamin. So he's still waiting for his first senior international goal. And it's still 4-2 Slovenia.
Yeah, I just think we needed to see a little bit more of him, get him the ball a lot more, because again, as soon as he gets the ball on 1-1 against the fullback,
it's back by Evans to Peacock Farrell. Squares it to Paddy McNair. McNair side-footed, looking for McGuinness. It's an awkward bounce. It's Smith. Did he bring his man down? He did on that far side. Slovenia free kick. That's Balkovic, the man's just on.
Peacock Farrell's been good there. I have to say, Michael, his footwork and his kicking has been very good in a terrible pitch in the 18-yard box. It just doesn't look any sort of even surface at all there.
You can hear the Northern Ireland fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an enjoyable match, I have to say. 10 or 15 minutes in the second half there, it just went really, really quiet, but we've definitely come back in it again. We've got a second wind.
Oblak, who's kept his team in the last 5 minutes.
He's made 4 great saves right throughout the match. 2 in the first half, and certainly 2 in this half.
You can see
couple of them were easy ones, maybe 2 or 3 were easy.
Here goes Shea. Charles again offloads to Trey Hume. Northern Ireland are giving it a go in the remaining minutes here. McMenamin, left-hand side, does nicely, gets it back to Hume. Side-footed ball in, doesn't beat the first man.
Ball. You've got to get a better ball in there.
And Hume wins the throw-in off Stojanovic on this near side. Quickly taken by Hume. Washington down to the left-hand corner flag, gets it to George Saville. Saville, the defender, climbing all over him. Saville thinks about either trying to win the throw-in or the corner. I think he's tried to win the corner, hasn't worked out. Pokes it towards Washington with his back to goal. Savills down, an exhausted figure. Slovenia clear upfield to the halfway line. Header won by Paddy McNair, picked up by Hume inside the Slovenian half, left hand side. Slovenia are going to make another change with Loric about to appear for the remaining minutes, wearing number 8, the man who also plays for Udinese, like one of his international teammates. Saville gets the cross in. That's a good one. And chasing through. Is it taking a deflection off McGuinness or the defender? I don't think the match officials know.
I don't think they know. I don't think
they both arrived at the ball at about the same time, but they've gone for the easy option and gone for the goal kick.
Yeah, and McGuinness was unfortunate there. Both of them arrived there at the same time, and the centre forward or the centre half did enough to put him off.
We're saying that McManaman shot and save again, and Loric is on for Elsnik. And we're in the 45th minute. We're still waiting for the board for the additional minutes. Some of the home fans, I think, making their way home. Yep. They're convinced the home side have got the 3 points that keep alive their hopes of qualifying from Group H. This effectively will end Northern Ireland's hopes of playing in the European Championships.
It's going to be some scrap at the top of this group, isn't it, now, with Kazakhstan, Denmark, Finland and Slovenia.
Big clearance upfield, Johnny Evans.
Good tackle by Hume. Needed to win that one.
Slovenia have won the ball back. It's with their second half substitute Kurtic. We'll get 5 additional minutes. Northern Ireland have got to find a couple of goals to get anything out of this game. Trey Hume jumps well, wins the header for Saville.
Good header.
Saville looking for McManaman to make the run forward. McManaman's lucky getting the ball stuck between his heels and out of play for a Slovenian throw-in. Michael O'Neill appealing for every decision.
I think he feels hard done by in a few of the decisions, and I would have to agree with him.
We'll hopefully hear from him shortly. I've got to race away to the post-match interview with him. It's called double jobbing. That's a handball by Sporar on the halfway line. So we've got 5 additional minutes. We've played nearly one of them. Johnny Evans plays the free kick short to Saville. Trey Hume on the left hand side.
We've got to get people in the box. McGuinness is the only one in there at the minute.
Back with Evans, just
give it a
yards inside the Slovenian half.
Get it across to Charles.
It now is with Shea Charles. Pokes it forward looking for Josh McGuinness. It's surely a barging challenge. The referee plays the advantage. Paul Smith links it through to Washington. It's a tight angle for Washington. He's got a defender with him. Back with Ali McCann, right hand side. McCann feeds Shea Charles to the back post.
The referee, he's offside. He's flagged offside for something that happened 5 minutes ago.
That's the brave new world, John.
Oh, dear me.
Was Denmark's 4th goal wiped out by VAR?
They come back on then.
Was my computer gone a bit funny? No, they're back to 3. They must have been wiped out. We should be wary about giving goal updates until they're absolutely confirmed. Back to 3-0 to Denmark. Still 2-0 to France against the Republic in Paris. And it's still 4-2 here in Ljubljana. And we have 3 minutes to be played. And Northern Ireland trailing by 4 goals to 2.
Look at that. Look at that.
Ball forward. Was that Charles again?
Yeah, he just puts defenders under pressure right away.
High clearance into the night sky by Slovenia. Johnny Evans deflecting it forward on the halfway line. And it was Cherin winning it for Slovenia on the halfway line. It's Kurtic with his back to goal. Slovenia just playing the clock down. That's a poor challenge by Ali McCann.
I'm not sure where I think McCann's claiming he actually didn't touch him, but you know, when you go in like that, you always leave yourself
yellow card
open.
to McCann.
Yeah,
that's his 2nd in the campaign.
Well, he won the ball, Michael, but his foot's up and he's gone through the defender, so he's always going to get at least a free kick, and on that occasion probably a little bit high, and that's why he got the card.
So we played 3 of the additional 5 minutes. Slovenian free kick played long from the halfway line, looking for Stojanovic, who got that deflected goal. Feels like an eternity ago 17th minute was in off Johnny Evans for 2-1. Right back for Slovenia will take it and get the ball back on this near side. They're inside the Northern Ireland half. Just hoofed forward by the men in white. Cleared by Johnny Evans. Nodded forward by the right back. That was a nice bit of skill by Sporar. Still looking for his hat-trick. Well cut out by Paddy McNair, but cut out by Slovenia. And it's going to deflect for Sporar. This could be the hat-trick. He's gone wide of the goalkeeper. 3 defenders to beat. And it's deflected off the line by Johnny Evans.
Yeah, it was good defending by Evans, but we give it away twice, Michael, trying to clear it. And he should have scored. He really should have scored. I think
he did all the hard work.
He did, yeah.
Shea Charles was back in the line, and there was Johnny Evans off the line.
It was good defending it to finish, but again, we're causing ourselves all sorts of problems, bringing it on down on our own heads.
Poor old Sporar thought he was up on for the hat trick.
He deserved it. He
might get it in the last minute of play. Slovenia have a corner to be taken on the right by Luric. The substitute chips it in, nodded away at the near post by that man Johnny Evans. Paul Smith. Nice bit of skill to get past, wins the free kick.
He's going to get booked.
And he is going to get booked, and that's the number 23, Brekalo.
Smith has done well since come on. He showed pace, and he's quite prepared to go at the defender when he gets the room to do it.
Northern Ireland play the free kick forward. We've had the 5 additional minutes, so we're into additional time now. And it's off the shins of Hume.
That's it.
And that is it. Northern Ireland have been beaten here. That would be the end of their hopes of qualifying out of Group H. They've lost to Slovenia by 4 goals to 2. Sporar got 2 of them. Northern Ireland fell by 3 goals to 1 at half time. They got themselves back into it 8 minutes into the second half. Deflected goal from captain Johnny Evans, but soon after that Sporar got his second to kill off the game. Northern Ireland had great chances in the last 10 minutes. Smith, McGuinness, 2 from McMenamin. All Black made a great save, at least 1, maybe more than 1, and Johnny Evans cleared off the line to deny Sporar the hat-trick. So a better first half than second half, a terrible pitch, but Slovenia deserving winners, John.
I think they deserve to win, but I think the 4-2 scoreline flattered them a little bit. We've said it all along, Northern Ireland's problem has always been scoring goals, and if you took the 2 strikers that they have, swapped it onto our side, it could have been a green victory tonight. But that's the problem we've been facing all down through the years. Defending was shocking, really shocking at times from both sets of players, but it's really difficult for Northern Ireland to accept that, because that's been one of our strengths all down through the years. It's had to be, but I enjoyed the game, Michael. I thought going forward we've created more chances we have in this game than probably had in the last 10 games that we were playing, and you look at the few chances, the half chances with the header, from McMenamin. With Paul Smith got on the end of one. If he gets a better connection of that, he could have scored. McMenamin pulls off a great save from McMenamin. Those are all chances that we could have taken, and the supporters are actually giving the team quite a good send-off, because I think they enjoyed the game. I think they enjoyed their efforts. It'll be interesting to see what was said in the press conference and what Michael O'Neill's thoughts are. But I think at the end of the day, individual mistakes killed us.
No, I think you can stay and chip in to the discussion with Warren Feeney and Keith Gillespie, but just a final thought: additional injury concerns Kieran Brown and Craig Cathcart.
I know, and they just keep building up, and I sometimes wonder. When I've come here into games, Michael, we're here in an hour and a half before it, and the players are out, and to me they seem to be out on the pitch for a long time. When we were playing, we done most of stretching before the game. It's a different era now. The players are a lot fitter, but for players that are a lot fitter, they seem to get injured a lot more as well. But that's, there's going to be more knowledgeable people in the game can assess that one.
Right, I'm away down to Scamper Down and hopefully speak to Michael O'Neill. Here in Ljubljana, it finished Slovenia 4, Northern Ireland 2.
John, Michael, thank you very much. John's going to stay with us, I think, and we'll chew the fat here for the last 20 minutes or so. Keith, I mean, where do you go with that? We wondered what would happen if Northern Ireland could get the next goal. They did, and then it's same old in terms of what has happened tonight. And another mistake gifts Slovenia another goal, and you can't keep throwing goals away and keep trying to come back from 2-goal deficits over the course of 90 minutes, can you?
No. I mean, we spoke about it off air. All 4 goals were avoidable, and that's the disappointing thing. We spoke at halftime as well about getting the next goal. We do that. Maybe got a little bit of slice of luck with a deflection, but then the defending for the 4th goal. I mean, Trey McGee, his body shape is just all wrong. Doesn't know where the player is, and he runs inside him. And to be fair to the lad, he takes it well. But the individual errors have cost us tonight, because if we defend like we normally do, we are solid normally. If we defend like that, I think we probably win the game tonight. And they were just probably more clinical than what we were when they got the chances, because we had enough chances there tonight. And it's not like us to create as many as that, but I think that's maybe the big positive that you can take out of tonight is the chances that we created.
Yeah, and when you do that, Warren, against a team that has 2 top centre forwards, you're going to be punished, aren't you?
I think John nailed it. He says that if you had them centre forwards in the Northern Ireland team, the word used for them is ruthless. We had a couple of chances there that we should have scored. Paul Smith's one, Josh's, but you put that in the box for them. It's where it's going. It's a goal. I think we just looked at the stats there. That was it 4 shots on target,
4 goals.
4. But yeah, it's the hardest thing in football, scoring goals, and when you've got quality like that. And yes, they didn't, defend well themselves, but they know that whenever that ball goes in the box, you've half a chance. It's great link-up play, the last goal. Yes, a big mistake from Trey. His body was all over the place, but that pass took 3 of our boys out. And as I said to you, when you have a striker scoring goals, he's gonna score.
If you're a manager and you're walking in and you've watched those mistakes, you just
100%. But I said at half time, it's concentration levels for me. Trey's all over the place, to be honest. He's expecting him to go on the outside when he's going. You've got to cover that danger area. I don't know.
Even when he slides in to try and make the tackle, you're thinking, why does he not run round behind the goalkeeper?
Well, you see him many times that, and they can get the clearance off the line. I think was it Johnny Evans at the end there done the exact same, and that's the experience. But the big disappointment will be the goals, because as Keith says that we created a lot of chances, which is a big positive. But the goals, when you look at, you just can't defend like that, and the worry is obviously with Craig now. With Johnny, and I know what Johnny is, but getting on the flight and over to Kazakhstan, it's going to be a tough hunt to get those boys dusted down and get going again for Sunday.
How many games, Warren, maybe you can't remember, but how many games was it before you kind of got into a place where you knew what to expect in an international game? I'm kind of thinking, because you're blooding a lot of new players here, and there are a lot of lads who are almost learning on the job. And obviously this campaign, the way the group is looking now, they're not going to qualify. So it's almost as if you write the campaign off in terms of a points point of view, but you're trying to get these lads into a position where they know what they expect when international football rocks up. How difficult is it to learn on the job in these types of games?
It's very difficult, but I just use as example with the Trahum Johnny Evans. And Johnny's a top player, but there he's, straight away his mind is defend that goal. Look, it is a work in progress, but me and Keith are talking about it there. Nowadays, it's just totally different. You're struggling to get players even to learn who can play 4-4-2. They're just brought up totally different. You look at the mistakes. Kennedy, as we said, put your foot through it. That's not coaching. That's decision making. That's at that right time. In your mind. That's why top players think quicker. It is tough, but as I said, it's a work for him. Michael's been here before, and he'll assess the game and just do the basics. I know it's an easy thing to say in football, but if you don't do the basics first and foremost, you will struggle.
The difficulty you have, Keith, as well, is you've a group of promising, really young players, and your group of experienced lads who are coming right to the end, and it's the middle part that's looking a bit kind of thin. Yeah. And that's the problem. When you maybe get the really young ones into a position where they're comfortable or more comfortable, you'll probably be then losing a Johnny Evans and maybe a Cathcart and maybe a Steve Davis. And that's That's the difficulty.
Yeah,
Even if they were 3 or 4 years younger.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I mean that's a problem when you're a small nation in terms of we've had exceptional players like your Steve Davises, like your Johnny Evans for years.
We've reached the point now though where Johnny Evans, I think, is our only senior international footballer who's at a Premier League club in England.
Exactly, and in saying that, I mean, Johnny isn't going to be a regular. We would assume at Man United, but for me, this campaign is over. I think it's a case of blooding those young lads, giving them the experience, and pretty much looking forward to a new campaign when that comes around, because we're 3 points from 5 games. It's 3 points that is against arguably the worst team in the world. So the stats don't look great. But as Warren said,
and yet the positive, like even this game, you'll argue that in the 4 other games that they've been in the match, well in the match.
Well, exactly.
3-1-0 defeats, and a game tonight that, let's be honest, was so open.
Yep.
That either team could have won it.
Well, when you obviously you've lost the 3 previous ones 1-0, so you're always in the game right up to the end. And they're games that we did huff and puff, and if things could have gone our way, but you look at the Kazakhstan game, we didn't create an awful lot. Did we deserve to lose it? Probably not. But then again, the goal that they get to beat us, I can't remember who it was.
He runs half the length of the pitch.
Whoever it was has got to take the player out, take a foul, because he's gone through a few challenges. Somebody has got to take him out before he gets through and scores. So Warren said it again, decision making, at times. And that does, obviously, when you play more games, you do get the experience, and you know when to make good decisions, when to clear it, like Kennedy should have done. So that does come. So use the rest of this campaign to give those players more game time, in international football, and learn what international football is all about.
John, it's the irony, isn't it, of all ironies, where before the game tonight, Michael O'Neill's talking about, well, we've only conceded the 3 goals.
I know, it's amazing, Joel.
And if somebody had said to you maybe before the game, we'll go to Slovenia and we'll score twice, you'd be thinking to yourself, well, the way we usually defend, we'll get something from that game.
We'll walk through. Yeah, and the annoying thing about it, Joel, is that if you had been chasing the game and you were pushing players forward and you were trying to score goals and they broke away and scored, well, you could say, okay, we were having a go and we lost goals, but that's not the way it happened. I mean, we gave them goals. We weren't under any serious pressure when we made the mistakes. It was just bad individual mistakes, as the lads have said. Hume and Kennedy will look at those and they'll be going, oh my God, I don't believe I've done that. But that's inexperience at this level, and they will learn. You cannot account for individual mistakes, and we had 3 tonight, which cost us dearly. And I think I said on commentary, Joel, I don't remember us creating so many chances.
You probably had
game.
More chances tonight in the game than the previous 3 combined.
Absolutely, than the whole of the campaign so far. And both I and the lads in the studio have mentioned the fact that you take our strikers out and you put their 2 strikers in, and they would have scored a hatful. They would have scored probably nearly every chance that we've created. Maybe the one McMenamin was a great save, but the one that fell to Smith inside the 6-yard box, he's got to bury that. McGuinness didn't get enough of a header on it, and then I can't remember who had the other header as well. And they were golden opportunities which pushed us right back in it. But the outstanding performance for me, and the best player on the pitch by an absolute mile, was Shea Charles, and he's the type of guy you'd come just to watch, Joel, because he just makes it look so easy. He doesn't seem to be trying too hard. I mean, the run he made in the second half, right from right back, right the whole way through their midfield, and at last we've got a player we can say, this guy is a player. And you think if you had Dallas back in that side with him, if you had, God forbid, if you had Steve Davis back in there, what a midfield that would have been. But we know the situation. We don't have a lot of players, and I agree as well that, you know, Johnny Evans, he's got a 1-year contract with Man United, and hopefully everything goes well for him there. If it doesn't, what does he do at the end of the, you know, that season? Do we look at Brown, Ballard and McNair now as our back three, if that's the way they're going to play? And if so, well, why not just keep playing them now? But unfortunately, and he's been really unlucky again, Joel, the injury list just keeps mounting. It's really, really strange. I played 6, maybe 7 years in the Northern Ireland team, and the only 2 injuries I had to come out with was I pulled a hamstring once and I had a cartilage operation, you know, and that was 2 injuries I had in 6 years. And
well, if Brown and Cathcart don't go to Kazakhstan, that's you're up 13-14 missing, which is
incredible, absolutely incredible.
And it's not as if we're at the back end of a season. It's September.
No, exactly. And I don't know, Warren's still involved in the game. I haven't been involved, you know, with players as such, you know, face to face. Maybe he's got an insight into it, but I don't know, is it training or what is it? Why are players getting injured so on a regular basis?
Are we unlucky or what is it, Warren?
You know what? It's actually funny you say that, John, because I had the same problem. I had 7 when I went in, and the big thing for me was, I remember when Jurgen Klopp went in at Liverpool. You know, obviously Andy Massey was the doctor, but Jurgen Klopp says they'll not get the where he wants them until November. He had a lot of hamstring injuries, a lot of groin injuries. I had the same, and I think whether it's the intensity, and look, these are full-time players, yes, but everyone trains different. I think a lot now, you see a lot of teams training on 3Gs and then playing football on grass. And it's just crazy. There's a lot of the sports science into it too much. And you know, I think at times you can get frustrated with it.
Warren's just trying to find out a set of headphones here, John. He's diving under the table here.
No,
it was such an obvious dive. Actually, we've asked for VAR to intervene.
But I was just going to say, he could have put the point you're making there. The intensity with which these players play now is totally different. You know, the pace of the game is a lot more than when I played. But having said that, you know, you've got 5 substitutes now that they can bring on. They're not playing as many games. The pitches are almost perfect, whereas, you know, in our day the pitches were very, very heavy. We probably played more games in a season than the average player does now. So it's just one that I've been thinking about over the period, like, and I just can't understand why so many injuries are happening.
What were you two like for like muscle injury as opposed to like, you know, like a knee ligament or a bad break or whatever? But what were you two like when you played in terms of, you know, ligament or muscle injuries?
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get some sort of pull at some stage during your career. I mean, me at times was probably hamstrings, because being a winger, my sort of sprints were like quite explosive, so you are going to suffer like that. Other than that, you know, I was fine. It wasn't like a regular thing, but you
do you think there are more injuries in the game now than what there were when you look at it?
It does seem like that. I mean, I wouldn't have had too many bad injuries throughout my career. You know,
you can never remember being in a Northern Ireland squad where you would have had 13 missing with injury, would you?
Well, in saying that, there was one time when, unfortunately, Sammy was the manager.
The Spain
friendly when we lost 5-0, and
that was in June, to be fair, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I actually remember somebody was called into the squad, and we were training the morning of the game, and I actually didn't even know who it was. I can't even remember the lad's name now. You know, and you're talking about international football here, and you don't know one of your teammates are in the squad.
But you know, when we played as well, Keith, you know, we were, when I was fortunate enough to play at a time when we had a good deal of success, and we hit our injuries. We turned up injured and didn't let on, you know, and you were playing with little niggles because you thought, if I miss out here, I'm not going to get back into the side. Now, you know, obviously if it was a major injury, but you know, if you had a slight tweak on your ankle, or maybe, you know, your knee ligament was aching a little bit, you just didn't say. You went out and played, and you know, you generally got through it. Whereas I think today they're more aware of any sort of little niggle that you have.
I think as well, probably there's more pressure put on them by their clubs.
Yeah,
you know, as well, because they don't want them coming back injured. Whereas, as you say, years ago, you know, you just wanted to go and play for your country. You did everything that in your power to make that happen.
The top of Group H is 12, 10, 10, 9 in terms of points after 5 games. That's Finland with 12, Denmark with 10, Slovenia with 10, and Kazakhstan with 9. Kazakhstan lost at home to Finland. They're going to want to bounce back, Warren. That is not a nice trip to have at this stage, with so many people missing, with nothing to play for in terms of trying to qualify up against the team that's still in the mix and has been the shock probably of the group so far.
Oh, it's going to be a very difficult game, because you know what football's like. They'll want a response.
Denmark lost there as well.
Yep, and they'll want a response.
Plastic pitch as well, Joel.
Well, there you go. Just touching on it. They'll want a response from, obviously, with Finland. They're still in a very, very good position. It's a tough one for Northern Ireland. A lot of travelling. But, you know, it's just dusting the boys down and keeping them off the injury table is what was said. And touching on that before, you know, for me, John, you know, there's a lot of people nowadays wear mouldies. They don't wear studs. You know, whether it's raining. Yeah. And I'm not saying, I try and look at it myself, and you know, I'm sure Keith will tell you there, from 23 years of age on, were you ever 100% fit? But now, never. You know, I find it with some of my boys, I'm forever when they're coming and saying he's tired, he's got cramp. You know, stay on the pitch. I just don't believe in it. You know what I mean? You get fit, you stay fit, and I think also, you know, whenever you were injured years ago in the gym, you worked harder than whenever you were a player, and it's just getting that balance now, you know.
Yeah, you didn't want to be injured, because when you were injured, you had to come in the morning and you were getting treatment, and then you had to come back in the afternoon and you were getting treatment. You know, I'm making it sound as if it was desperate.
And you had to watch the game instead of being able to play in it as well, which is even worse on a Saturday.
Yeah, it was worse.
The other thing as well that's coming up on Sunday, Finland-Denmark go head-to-head, so that's a big game. And Slovenia go to San Marino, so you're going to expect them to go to 13 points. So it's all very tight at the top. But the sad thing is we're going to be looking at this from afar. Marshall Gillespie has been in touch, Keith. He said, tell Keith it was probably Lee McAvilly who was the player who was called in late.
Exactly
He didn't remember him. So there you go.
I think he might have been at Rochdale.
Yes, he was.
Where you go. You, Marshall, would have the answer. What do we think then? Are you on that page, Keith, where you have to try and give as much time as possible to the players who are now going to be our future?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think if you look when Michael came in the last time, it was really difficult for him at the beginning, but you know, we know what he did after that. You know, if he can mould these players, you know, people like Shea Charles, Price,
McMenamin's
Connor as well. You know, Connor's only 28, and he was a real bonus for us tonight. Did really well. Paul Smith looked lively when he came on. You know, maybe give him more game time. But it's the same thing. You know, we're crying out for that striker. You know, and we've been saying it for years.
I think as well, Joel, you know, we talked about, you know, the position at the top of this group, and you know, with a rubber of green and a little bit it's gone the other way for us, you might have been there, but they're not. I watched the game today between Kazakhstan and Finland. It was awful. Kazakhstan had one shot in the first half. Finland didn't have any. They had one piece of magic in the second half. You know, a bit of quality which got them the goal, and that was the highlight of the game. So it's not as if we're going to be blooding these guys against, you know, the French or the Italians and whatnot. It's Finland and Kazakhstan and San Marino. So get them in there and give them a go.
Okay, John, thanks for that. That's it. We're out of time almost. Warren, good luck on Saturday. Glen Tornaway to Newry, is that right?
Right in Newry.
We have coverage of the 3 o'clock games after the Rugby World Cup. Ireland's game is live from 2:30, the kick-off there. Then we'll bring you the closing stages of the football. And then we're back on Sunday, 1:30 for Northern Ireland's game in Kazakhstan. From me, from Michael, from John, from Keith, from Warren, and from all of the team, enjoy your rest of your evening.